Hey, lovely people. It is Friday, the 23rd of September. Welcome to TDA the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And you have amazing hosts with you. Should we introduce ourselves?
Wake up, man. Everybody wake up. It's Friday. It's my day. You know what I've gone already. Big Mark from the east side. Let's go.
All right. It is your favorite shade queen, Martin Royalty. Is Yusuf looking? Always looking for something.
It's me again. It's your boy Yus. Friday. Happy Friday, man. That's it.
And they call me, man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer, news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
All righty. How is everyone doing today?
Fantabulous.
I feel really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel very inspired.
Why? I'll call STORMZY.
Yes, I feel like I need to work very hard in life. I feel very motivated. And rarely does a music video do that to me.
You have two rappers here. Esther made me do it. It's coming up.
Listen, that would be amazing. If you guys do a music video and I'm in it, that would be amazing.
If you could pick two of them to make your song, to make Esther made me do it, who'd you pick?
Do you know what? Okay, I will pick both of them.
No, you have to pick one.
No, I have to pick
No,
them.
you have to pick one. I asked who would you pick, not some collab thing.
No. Because what I would do, I will get you man to write it and Marks to deliver it.
Wow.
Stop.
Wow.
Stop.
Wow.
Wait. You know, Brent.
Wow.
Why?
What made you go
What's
with
going on
that
here?
100%.
What's going on here?
100%.
So,
Why is that a bad thing?
so you think Margs can't spit, basically?
I did not say that.
didn't say
That
that.
did not come out of
You
my
can
mouth.
spit, you just can't write.
That's not what she said.
I'm sorry.
Why would... Don't you try. You're trying to save her.
No, don't say
Why?
me.
Why would you? Okay,
Okay,
Marks
wait, no,
is a rapper. Mash Town.
Let me address the
London
person.
Fields, Hackney.
Let me
Yeah,
address.
sport, bruv.
Wait a minute.
Why
Wait a minute.
Why would
Yusuf?
you want another rapper to
Yusuf?
write another rapper's bars?
Yusuf, wait a minute.
Marks is insulted right now.
Yusuf,
Because
wait.
you're telling him, I don't trust your pen. This man meant pen game.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This is Mr. Pen Game.
Can you tell
And
us
you're
again?
telling me, Mr. Pen Game, that
Can
you
you
want
hold on a
another
second?
rapper to write his bars.
Can we hold on a second?
This is egregious.
Can we
Marks,
can we hold?
Marks, I'm sorry, bro.
No, wait a minute.
She's saying she don't trust your pen.
Everybody,
Man
wait.
said you need a ghostwriter. She's saying you need a ghostwriter.
Okay, everyone calm
Mr.
down.
Rotesh.
Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. Marks, my darling. Is that what you heard when I said what I said?
Yeah.
First of all, me and you're going to have words
I
after
ain't
this.
even gonna lie to you. That's
That's
exactly what I
no,
heard.
because in my mind, it's a collaboration. That's it. Let me tell you. Okay, do you know what? Yeah, okay, well, this is a bit of a spoiler into my word and road, yeah. But you see in STORMZY's video, this is because obviously we're going off STORMZY's video, right? So you see the monologue at the end.
Yeah.
Wretch32 wrote that,
Okay.
and Michaela Cole delivered it. Michaela Cole is a sick writer. Sis has had awards for what she does. She's a sick writer.
Yeah.
She could have written a monologue. So in my mind, when you ask me that, I'm saying, you know what, you write it, you deliver it. This is a way of getting people to work together. I'm not saying every single word and period and comma has to come from Ime. Of course, you know, Mr. Pen Game himself is going to make a contribution.
Of course, now, innit?
But that's not what I was thinking. So please don't think that of me.
Wretch32 has accolades.
That's great. So does Michaela Cole.
And plus,
No, but Emmanuel.
no, it's different. Michaela Cole's not a rapper. So
Yeah, but she can write. She
Yeah.
writes scripts and what
It's
she did
fine.
wasn't rap. It was a monologue.
I know, but a rapper writing for a non-rapper is fine. A rapper writing for a rapper, it's not fine. Especially this ain't Dr. Dre or Diddy. This is someone who can
Okay.
write his own buzz.
That's great. But that's not what I meant. So yeah, I can't say anything beyond that.
The thing is, that's what to save you. I said pick one. You want to do this? Oh no, pick two.
No, because I wouldn't be able to pick. How could I pick one? I think picking one is worse. Someone's gonna be insulted if I pick one.
So I guess for you, this is the lesser of two evils.
It is a lesser of two evils. A collaboration.
All right, different question. Right?
Hold on, wait. The collab could be someone do the verse on the hook.
And that's another way they can figure out. That's not for me. I'm just
Who'd
trying
you
to be.
pick?
I'm just trying to be in the
Who'd you
video.
pick? Who'd you pick? Who's doing the verse and who's
I
doing
think
the
I'm done answering your questions, Yusuf.
Who's doing the verse and
If
who's
your
doing the hook?
question is not about what is on this document,
Who
Yusuf,
is doing the verse? Who's doing the hook?
I don't know the difference. Listen, I'm not in the. You're Mr. Rotation.
You know the
I
difference
don't
between
know.
a verse and the hook. A chorus. Okay, the chorus is the hook, is what I mean.
I don't know. I think they can figure it out. I just want to be in the video looking nice and cute.
I'm not really good at hooks, to be fair.
There you go.
Okay, well, there you go then.
All right, you do
Yeah,
the verse. You do the
very
hook.
crap up.
And Brent can make the beat.
If he listens.
What do you mean?
Why have I been drawn into this?
Because you're making a lot of noise earlier.
Only
Oh,
because
wow.
I know how dope his pen game is. Mark's
Okay.
pen game is ridiculous. Mark should be writing for Iman. In fact, if you want the track to actually do bits,
Yeah.
Mark should be delivering the track full stop.
Okay, that's great, but that's great, but yeah.
Brent is just sending shots at me. He's acting like he doesn't
No,
know.
I need balance here. I need balance
No.
here. I need balance because I know how wicked you are with the pen. Wicked. But Mark's is wickeder, man. Wickeder.
Brent's proper wind up here.
You know what I'm
Mark-
saying?
Yeah, look at him. Like he already agreed to do the show.
No, but
Damn,
wait.
he signed his contract. You ain't gotta.
In your opinion, who's a better rapper? Iman
Rapper?
or Marks? Yeah.
100%.
100% who? Marks or Iman?
Let me just adjust the camera.
This guy,
Well, very silly.
I'm just looking for trouble today.
as always.
I'm just looking for trouble.
We can tell.
Mark's
definitely found
You
it.
started from before the camera was rolling.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Mark told us to come with the
Do
energy.
you know what?
I'll
People
come
always
with
want
the
to
energy.
know the insides of this show, which is why we have the community. So what Marks is referring to is that Brent has this habit whenever I'm. No, please don't touch me. Please do not. Whenever I'm
Wow, that
talking,
sounded.
no, he was gonna hug me, and I don't want his hugs. Brent is on time out, and I'm not joking. For a solid 2 weeks, I will speak to you in October.
That's a long
Brent,
time.
yes, and I can hold it.
You're lying though, man. You talked to me on Monday.
All right, cool. Ask me about the last time I didn't talk to him. But yeah, so Brent has this habit of when I'm speaking, he loves to interrupt me. And he loves to come. And today was just the final straw for me. The final straw. The nail in the coffin.
Yes, I better not see you talk to talk to Brent on Monday.
Listen,
I'm holding you accountable for this.
I don't need you to hold me accountable.
No, but I am.
My pettiness, my petty spirits will hold me accountable.
I accept the punishment.
I don't care if you accept the punishment. It's coming to you either way.
I think we should find a way to bridge the gap.
Yeah, in 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, we can. Outside of that, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. I'm a bit
Can't
cold.
complain, man.
That's good.
What are you laughing?
I thought you said that I'm a bit something. I didn't hear the end of it.
Oh,
but-
cold. That's a cold.
All right. Okay. Do you mean to?
No. I mean, I feel like the weather's changing. The rain outside.
Yeah, it's giving-
I feel like I'm coming down with something.
Weather's not nice today, innit?
No, it's nasty.
man.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's
nasty.
horrid.
It's giving autumn. I
Mess
like
up your
it.
mood, you know.
Yeah, listen, the mood and the weather, they're connected still.
How does it mess up your mood? You're inside.
No, but waking up and seeing sunshine just makes you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
better.
That's true, actually, yeah. That's the
You
point.
know I'm a sunshine babes ready. You know
Yeah,
I
you
gotta
are,
get
that's
the
true.
rays. You get me?
Not really, August, but it's fine.
No, don't do that.
You,
Don't
sometimes
do
it's
this.
the rainy season around your birthday, so I don't know what you're talking
When?
about.
It don't rain in June.
Okay.
It don't rain in June.
All right. You definitely don't rain in August, but okay. Let's not do this
Because
again.
sometimes it's June and the summer's not even summer
Mate,
yet.
it's I'm wearing jumpers. Like, what are you talking
August
about?
is the fakest summer.
We're out
month
here
there
in
is, bro.
hoodies
And
in
y'all-
June.
and y'all know it.
Okay.
We're not doing this again anyway.
Well, actually, yeah, like we're really not. Like the people that know, if you know, you know. But all right, should we get into our headlines?
Yes. Okay, so the first headline takes us to Russia, and basically how the people are responding to Putin's call-up. So queues have sprung up along Russia's border as men attempt to leave the country amid a military call-up for the war in Ukraine. As previously reported, President Vladimir Putin announced a partial military mobilization on Wednesday, which could see 300,000 people summoned to serve in the war. The Kremlin says reports of fighting-age men fleeing are exaggerated. However, on the border with Georgia, miles-long queues of vehicles have formed, including men trying to escape the war. One man who didn't want to be named told the BBC he just grabbed his passport and headed to the border without packing anything else immediately after hearing President Putin's announcement, because he fell into the group that could be potentially sent to the war. Georgia is one of the few neighboring countries that Russians can enter without needing to apply for a visa. Finland, which shares the border with Russia also, does require a visa for travel and also reported an increase in traffic overnight, but said it was at a manageable level. Other destinations reachable by air, such as Istanbul, Belgrade, or Dubai, have seen ticket prices skyrocket immediately after the military call-up was announced, with some destinations sold out completely. Turkish media have reported a large spike in one-way ticket sales, while remaining flights to non-visa destinations can cost thousands of euros. The Kremlin has said only people who had done their military service and had special skills and combat experience will be called up. However, some say this is not accurate. For example, a 26-year-old PhD student and lecturer said that 2 men arrived at his home in civilian clothes, handing him military papers to sign. But he has absolutely no military experience, and his stepfather is worried because dodging the draft is a criminal offense in Russia.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. It's going to peak over there.
All right, so basically what you're saying is that this announcement that he made
Yes.
has normal Russians fleeing
Yeah.
to not get signed up, yes?
Yeah.
So they are thinking they're going to die.
Or
Or they just don't want to get involved.
Or, yeah, they don't get involved.
You see what you're trying to do there?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
From the beginning. But this is the thing. The Russians don't have the power of the black god. So
Yeah,
they may
why
die.
don't they have,
I won't die.
Why don't they have an affinity for their land like how you have for Yoruba land?
I can't speak for Europeans.
God damn.
I can only speak for blacks and Africans and myself. You know what I'm saying? So
Isn't it illegal though to flee?
yeah.
Yeah, it's criminal offense.
Especially in Russia, anyway. So that's why the guy saying his stepfather was very worried because he could end up in prison.
But he fled.
No. Some people have fled. He hasn't fled. He was talking to the BBC, or maybe he has fled and he's at the border.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Him, I'm not too sure about. But yeah, there's bare people fleeing.
So they're only getting like the young and strong.
I believe so. There isn't too much information on the category itself.
Yeah, because you can't really have the old people. You're definitely losing.
Yeah, of course.
I hear
of
all
course.
frail and stuff. Can't even.
Yeah,
Arthritis can't even make them shoot the gun.
but they're trying to get 300,000 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Russia might lose this thing, bro.
Yeah, it's looking like it. But if he gets,
They're struggling though.
at the moment, yeah.
It's grumbling.
Mm-hmm. And we're paying for it. But anyway.
But if they lose, then that's a good thing, isn't it? For like economy and petrol and all that kind of stuff.
Not necessarily, because the problem won't be rectified straight away. You know what I mean? So,
It's crazy.
I mean, it'll be good for Ukraine. So, people will stop dying and
Yeah.
Russians will stop dying too.
But then they'll bend over.
Who will?
If Russia lose, they'll bend over.
Russia will bend over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like there'll still be some type of unrest, isn't it? And who's going to be the leader?
Not
Who's-
between Ukraine and Russia. The rest of the world and Russia. They will
Yeah.
want to. They've lost. They're obviously going to remove Putin.
Yeah.
And they will come pleading. So you might get discounts and stuff.
Stretch,
I
man.
don't think we'll get this.
I was even agreeing with it. I was agreeing with it because if they've got enemies with everybody now,
Yeah.
to allow you back into the circle, we've got to get some kind of benefits from it.
You know, I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but I'm saying like straight away, I don't think it will happen.
Okay.
Because you still got to find a leader. You still got to
yeah.
find certain things. You know what I mean? The economy is a mess. So it won't be rectified overnight. It'll take a while.
Sure.
And our next headline, I'm not too sure if Esther will be happy about this, but the Queen's back in the news. You know what I'm saying? Back from the dead. So
She keeps
You
rising,
love
boy.
So calls for the Queen to be honoured with a statue on Trafalgar Square's 4th plinth have been met with widespread support in the House of Commons. MPs shouted, "Hear, hear," when former Prime Minister Sir John Hayes floated the idea earlier. The Tory MP said Queen Elizabeth II, who died at the age of 96 on 8th of September, deserved a fitting national memorial, and added, "For me, a statue on the final plinth on Trafalgar Square would be ideal." Commons leader Penny Mordaunt thanked her colleague for his suggestion and said, "Clearly, these will be matters that will concern many members and will involve other bodies outside of this House. But I shall certainly raise this with the Secretary of State for Digital, Culture, Media and Support, which is Michelle Donnellan, and ensure she properly consults members on their wishes as plans are taken forward." Yeah, so who knows? We may get a statue of the Queen. Would you guys?
There's nothing wrong with them giving her a statue yet, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna say that the statue costs like £1 billion or something like this.
Yeah.
That's all that's gonna piss man off.
Another money laundering scheme going on.
But you know, with these 4 plinth things, yeah, in Trafalgar Square, they kind of regulate. What happened?
She's laughing at plinth.
No, do you know what it is? Yeah. So there was a picture circulating. I think it was something to do with. I think it became like the official picture they were using for the Queen or something like that. But you could tell it was like touched up and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
And people were like, "Oh, they gave the Queen a silk press." That's what I'm trying to think with the statue. Like, what age are we going
that's
for?
what I was thinking too, as well. You know, But
That's so jokes.
But with those like plimps, they kind of regulate what they put on it, innit?
Okay.
So I don't think it's one of those that would be like they'll spend that much money and kind of just leave it there forever. I don't think it's a permanent thing like that, but I don't know.
I thought they need any excuse to use money in stupid manners, and I think this would be one of them.
Stupid for the Queen?
I don't know why you act shocked when I say these things. You know me. You've known me for most of this year.
Yeah.
This is not surprising.
Yeah, but it's not in your garden. It's like
It doesn't matter where it is.
This is for white people. They love the Queen.
That's great for
The
them.
longest serving monarch.
But does my taxes go towards this stone image?
I don't know.
I think it will.
It will. Don't say you don't know. You're the economic man. You do know. It will. Thank you, Marks. It will. And that's why I say this is silly. But you know what? Anything to help them grieve.
There you go.
Wish it didn't cost money, but anything to help them grieve. Let's just wait for the figures for this statue. Let's watch. It's gonna be something stupid.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into our topic of the day. What you saying?
Topic of the day is based on a topic that Brent put in the community yesterday. And this is basically the question. Some of you commented on it, and if you don't mind, I'm going to be reading some of your comments.
No, you asking if they don't mind, and then didn't even get the consent. I'm joking. In the community, we do whatever we want with that data.
Thank you very much. So the question is, do you think it's possible to be seen as a progressive black whilst loving and supporting Trump?
Can I say, just because I'm against Brent for the next 2 weeks,
Yes.
are you aware that this is a direct shot at you?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, 100%. He even said that me and him were talking about this. It never happened.
Okay, well, there you have it, people.
Oh, he's,
Very nice.
he's fabricating conversations.
Yeah,
Fabrications.
Max, I don't know. What we doing here, Max?
yeah. Brent is
I'm just asking.
He's
I'm just
highlighting
asking.
your crimes.
Brent is lying.
So yes,
Need
what
to see
do
it.
you guys think?
Well, I think you're the most knowledgeable in this subject.
You know what? Let me start by reading certain
You go
people's
first,
comments.
King.
Let me read certain people's comments. So first person comment said no straight away. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Somebody else said nope. Trump is a walking symbol of racism. I'm intrigued to hear both of your views though. Brent said, wasn't Queen Elizabeth? And then that person responded, well, I see what you did there, Brent. Yes, she was, and we didn't like it either. Right? Somebody else said, what does the term progressive black mean? Okay, so this is Brent's definition. Basically, a black person who always wants the best for their community, so their decisions and biases are formed towards that end. Yes, can you be somebody who is about the betterment of your community, basically, make certain decisions, biases towards that particular end, and still be in support of Trump?
So I kind of.
Well, what if you believe that he could be the best for your community or whatever? Well, like whether you're wrong or right, whether that's your opinion. What if you truly believe it then? That supporting him is going to be for the benefit of your community. Then what?
All right, but this is it. So what I want you to do, because you want the betterment of the black community, right, Max?
Yeah.
And you will lean to whatever biases in order to achieve that. Yes?
Yeah.
Right? Cool?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not your question. It's not your question. I just want everybody who wants the betterment of the black community to ask themselves, can you support Trump?
I think like American politics, I don't think I'm well versed enough on it. Like obviously like man follow it and man know what I go on and that, but I haven't felt the real effects of it as like a part of the people or the constituents or whatever. So it's harder for me to judge because I'm just on the outside looking in. And I would assume that there's pro-black people in America that are Republican and Democrat. And they take their politics really seriously. So once they're Republican. So they even sometimes, whether it's through gritty teeth or whatever, they're gonna be in support of the party and whatever. Does that take away from what they stand for, whether in regards to helping and advancing black people? I don't know.
All right, so I hear that. Did you support Obama?
In what sense?
From afar. Did you like when he came onto the
Yeah.
scene? Yeah, right?
Yeah, I like Obama.
And you're not into American politics. You're not an American, yeah?
Yeah.
Apply that same thing to Trump. You don't have to be part of American politics. You have to be American in order to basically say, yeah, you support. Did you follow
Trump
any
weren't
of
that bad.
Trump's-
Trump weren't that bad for America.
All right, cool.
He done good for he was good for the economics. So if you're looking at it from an economical standpoint, he was good. Obviously he done a lot of contentious things. He was in the media for a lot of shit and all that. But for the most part, he was turning it around. It was COVID that messed up Trump. I think if COVID never came, he would have got another term. It depends on what you want, innit? Like, what do you want? Like, obviously, he's misogynistic, potentially racist, all of this stuff, but he was helping the economy. He was dragging them up, making the dollar strong and all that. Like, what do you want from your leaders here? Like, I don't really care. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't really care if they're gonna help when it matters. I don't really know, because I feel like they're all racist or all whatever they are anyway. Like, it's all the same shit. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
So I don't really give a shit.
All right. So,
I think he can actually. Then
all right, 100%. This is what the vibe I'm getting from you. So, Emmanuel, if it is a leader is racist or you feel he's racist,
Yeah.
if you have to basically vote him into power, knowing that he is racist,
Yep.
but he is delivering good policies for the betterment of the black community, would you still vote for him?
100%.
All right. That's probably what I'm asking, Mags. Even if you
Yeah.
know he's racist, right? Even if you know he's racist, if the betterment of the black community comes through Trump, would you vote for him? Would you support him?
yeah, because at the end of the day, you got to push your own agenda, innit?
That's it.
So in the grand scheme of things, it might not be ideal. Although obviously, it's definitely not ideal. Don't get me wrong, but you've got to push your own agenda. And the fact is, if that's where the benefits are coming from, or that's the better option, then you got to go with it. It's the lesser of two evils, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just cited your spirit animal,
Who?
Kevin Thompson. He said the same thing as you said it.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
Let me get in the chat, man.
Well, identical. How about if he was accused of something else?
Like what?
Maybe he's a kiddie fiddler.
Does that vote mean he's going to have access to more kids?
In the black community?
No, just... no, man.
It's the
just-
same
just
question.
kids.
If the policies that he puts through helps the black community,
Yeah.
but he is, in your mind, the kiddie fiddler, would you vote for him?
So,
Well, you see what it is, yeah. But let me think about this, yeah. Because look, yeah. Obviously, you're saying that they're racist, yeah, but their policies are helping the black community, yeah. So that means they're racist, their agendas, their feelings, they're not necessarily getting a chance to act on them. So it doesn't matter. If he's a kiddie fiddler and it's something that he's actively doing, acting on it, then you can't support that because there's no policies that he can put in place to subsidize it.
mm-hmm.
Do you get what I mean?
All right, the same way you feel that he might be racist, the same way you feel that he might be a kiddie fiddler.
Yeah, but even then, feeling that he might be racist is irrelevant if in the open, the policies that he's putting out are helping black people. You could overlook it, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like you got to think of that if the juice is worth the squeeze. You don't want to, like, because everything you want to do is self-serving, innit? So it's like, all right, cool. I feel he might be racist, but everything that I can see here in black and white is helping the advancement of black people. Then there's a sacrifice to be made that you might can make it, innit? If he's saying, if you think he's a kiddie fiddler and it's something that is active and you feel it the same way you might be racist, there's nothing to offset it, if that makes sense. What's he gonna put in place that's gonna make you say, cool, play with the kids? Like there's nothing there that you can't do that. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah,
I think it's harder to put it like that.
Definitely. I think with that, I think everyone would then need to come together and make a stand to just not vote. So that there's enough people saying, you know what, these candidates from both parties are animals. You know what I'm saying? They need to be replaced immediately. But with racism, one can argue that that's systemic, that's institutional, that's something we're not going to ever get rid of. So we just got to deal with it.
A person in the comment section said, personhood over policy. I think character is more important than policies. Go.
Nah.
Well, you can have a good character and all that, which is fine. Like, but if your policies ain't good, what's it matter?
Exactly.
Because you need to be able to be making the change, innit? Like, it's not just about looking good and appeasing people and whatever. It's like with the whole Obama thing, it was great having a black leader and stuff like that and seeing that kind of shit. But really, you want to see the benefits of it for your culture or for whoever, for the masses. You want him to be a good leader first and foremost. You want the policies to be good, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Is that just me?
100. No, I'm agreeing. You lot are quiet, man. What do you think?
Esther, what do you,
No,
what do
you
you think?
don't. Nope.
What do you think, Esther? Esther, man, share your political views on Trump, man.
Nope. You go first.
I ain't got.
Okay, what is with Trump here?
I just don't care if I'm honest.
It's funny because I actually studied like American politics in uni, and it was around the time that
One second, we've got an expert here. And
We
she's
don't.
so quiet.
We do not, and I will tell
Are
you
you
why I'm not
expert?
expert. You guys are too damn fast
Damn.
in this flipping. Koi, come back because I've had enough. I've had enough. I was saying that though I studied it, as soon as I graduated, all that knowledge was out of my head. But I think with okay, from an economic point of view,
There you
can't
go.
believe I just said that. I feel like his policies did make sense. It would have been to the betterment of America. But in terms of like, you know, controlling immigration and all that kind of stuff, because really, if you were to really allow everybody into a country.
Which of his policies made sense to you?
So, for example, the immigration thing. I think I think it's the way that he delivers things. It's just very like, put up the walls, no more Mexicans. But the policy in itself is to control immigration, right?
That's not bad.
He's doing that on purpose. He's doing that on purpose.
I don't think so.
He did.
What happened?
But maybe you should have your
sounds-
headphones
The
on.
advert
would've
you
known.
made the sound. The
Sorry,
advert you're playing.
I'm going to do a poll and I had to open a new window. And I didn't mute it from the STORMZY.
I just thought you were trying to shut me up again.
No, that's all.
Because you know you love that. But yes, I think to be honest with Trump here, I think on a character level, I don't know, man. The man he is everything that, you know, Mark said, you know, that people obviously he is a misogynistic. You know, you can't be out here talking about grabbing people by the pussy. That's wild. You can't do stuff like that. But I like the fact that he was someone who said what he meant as and when he meant it. So that's the only thing I really like about Trump, that he's, you know, his own person in that regard. But I do think it is a bit difficult to support him and I guess be pro-black, because a lot of his, a lot of the things he wanted to implement wouldn't have necessarily benefited black people. But then I do think that the things would have benefited America as it is. I think he's one of those people where he was a celebrity, because I find it interesting because I watch a lot of like sitcoms and stuff, and I always find it funny because Trump is in a lot of them. He was in Fresh Prince, like he was in a lot of the stuff. Do you get what I mean? But so I always find it funny how like he was a celebrity that people wanted to make a cameo appearance, and then all of a sudden now it's like, oh, you're this racist, you're this person. But I just think, okay, do you know what it is? I think with a lot of things in society today, it's become a social media thing.
Yeah.
Where I feel like a lot of people can tell you that Trump is racist, but they can't actually tell you why. They can't give you receipts of why this man is what they've called him.
Okay.
So, but I do think, I honestly don't know what he's said against black people, for example. I don't know what will make it difficult for you to be pro-black and support Trump, if I'm being honest.
I think he was a big supporter in that campaign against the Central Park 5 and that.
Yes, he
yes,
was.
he
That
was,
is
yeah.
true, actually. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And he referred to
Yes.
Haiti and African nations as shitholes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's definitely said a lot. He's definitely
said.
said and done. There's
Yeah, but-
receipts. There's receipts still. There's
Yeah, but
receipts.
with that, yeah, is Nigeria not a...
Wow.
not a shithole?
Wow.
I'm asking. I didn't say it was. I'm asking a question. Is it or is it not?
It's not a shithole.
It's not.
No.
Okay, that's great.
Nigeria.
Nah, it's fine. When was the last time you went back?
Man, say that again so I have you on camera. Say that again so I have you on camera.
Can you
I
put
want
the
to clip
AC
this.
on?
This camera on me. And this is why I said that I like the fact that he says things as they are. Because I do remember at the time when he said it, and I love the president's, like I think it was Buhari, wasn't it? And he took offense to it. And I said, if anything, mate, like don't be on here tweeting. Get your money up, not your funny up. You're out here tweeting about your country not being is not a shithole.
Wait, you think there's nothing wrong with Trump saying Nigeria's a shithole?
I think he made an observation, and I think observations are subjective, and if that's his opinion, he can run with it. I do not take offense to him saying that, because I think that if our leaders put us in better positions where everything in the world worked as it should be, and they weren't always running to America and these other Western countries to try and borrow money to fix things that they do not fix, then they would not have the power and the position to be able to call us a shithole to our faces. So I feel like they should have heard that and used that as motivation, as fuel to do better. But if anything, it's been worse. I mean, they had a whole protest about the police killing civilians. And what did they claim? They claim, oh, it's Photoshop. Those things were made up. You said that on a world stage, and your biggest offense is that you are called a shithole. People are every day trying to find out how to leave the country because young people are graduating from university and having nothing to do with these degrees. There's literally no jobs. Like, you graduate from university after the university takes 50-11 strikes. You finally graduate after 8 years. You don't even have any job prospects, nothing. Like, literally people are at a point where there's nothing for me in this country, and you're offended because someone said your country's a shithole. That's where you want to take offense. Nigeria's a shithole, bruv. Said what I said. Sorry. I'm not even sorry. Take that back. I'm not sorry. I said what I said. It is. And the leaders need to do better. And that is why Trump called that. And I don't think it's a lie. I don't think it was a lie.
Emmanuel,
Yeah.
can you piggyback on that, please?
I think to be fair, right? Sometimes obviously we get annoyed at the messenger, you know what I'm saying, and not the message and stuff. So I see it from both sides. I don't think Trump should be ever talking about any African country like this, right? But I 100% get what Esther's saying. Like, your priorities are in the wrong place.
Yeah,
the country's a mess. It's a mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if you see someone and you think they're ugly, you don't tell them that they're ugly. It's not nice. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we felt. Fine, that's how you felt. But the reality is, if you're ugly because every single day you don't do anything, right, to better how you look when you could be a lot better, right? For example, may not be the best analogy, but I'm trying to say, right? Then at some point, people around you are not going to feel sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like you're asking for this. You know what I'm saying? And for someone with a trans personality, this is what he does. So I think the priorities is kind of in the wrong place. You know, obviously he should never have said it. No bloody head of state talks that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a particular type of person. He's not a politician. I've always said
he's a celebrity.
Right? This is it. He's not a politician. So he doesn't know how to behave in certain circles. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's a mess. But to kind of see what you're saying, right? To me, right? I know I've said this on the show plenty of times, right? I don't think the Democrats or the Republicans like black people more than the other. To kind of relate it to this country, I don't think the Tories or the Labour people like me more than the other. I really don't think Liz Truss hates me more than Keir Starmer does.
Yeah.
I think Labour's better for me, potentially because more black people are working class. Not because they like black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so my thing is, if I'm going towards bloody, I don't know, if I'm going towards Peckham, right? And then I need to vote on which bus I should take towards Peckham. And one's taking me to North London first and then back to Peckham. And both of them are racist, right? Both racist drivers. And one's going directly to Peckham. Yeah. Why am I going to say, I'm making a stand, I'm not taking either bus? I don't want to walk to Peckham. So I'm going to take the bus that's going there quicker. Yeah. That's how I see it. So, like, I'm not going to argue about which white man is better than the other white man. It doesn't make it doesn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people need to recognize, like, I was going to say something, but I'm not going to say it. But, like, you just need to recognize, I don't think any particular group is for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're all in this by ourselves. Let's come together and make a better decision for the betterment of ourselves. And typically, when it comes to economics, that's the number one thing for me. And if you can choose a particular party, right, that has certain policies that can better us, that can help us to get up off the ground and better ourselves and our communities, our children, this, that, and the third, it's a no-brainer to me. It's a no-brainer.
I agree with you.
All right, that was beautiful. So, should I make the title "Nigeria is a"?
You can if you want to.
Up to you, man.
It's your show. You can do whatever you want to do. But
People's show.
and because you know what it is, I just think as well. Yes, it is a people's show. I just think as well. Sometimes people get and this is why I say like a lot of things today in society. It's a lot of like social media stuff. Like even with politics these days, even with people saying, "Oh, like the Tories are terrible and Labour is the way forward," and people can never really tell you why it is that they think those things or they have those ideas. They just piggyback off other tweets that they see. They can't tell you why it is that Labour would actually be a better fit for them in their lives, or what policies Labour have suggested that actually makes them a better fit for them, or anything like that. And I think it's just, yeah. So just to relate it back to the shithole stuff, people actually no. I think it's a lot of people as well. Actually, I think people do this whole thing where it's like, is it patriotism or what is it when you feel just because someone's spoken against you, you take offense to it without even trying to understand why is it said what it said. Do you get me? So you just hear Nigeria's a shithole and you're like, oh, that's offensive, but you haven't put two and two together. Do you get what I mean? It's like if sometimes, not defending men, absolutely not, but sometimes as well, a guy would say something and a woman would be like, oh, that's misogynistic. You haven't let him land the point. You don't understand. Do you know what I mean? You haven't, but I think sometimes people hear something and they listen to hear, no, they listen to respond rather than listen to understand. Do you get what I mean? And I just think with that as well, I think a lot of people will tell you that, you know, Trump is, and I'm not saying he's not, but I don't think a lot of people can tell you why it is that he is these labels. But at the same time, that's why I'm saying I don't know if you can. I don't know too much about that man because, quite honestly, I don't care. But I don't know enough to say that, you know what, you can't be pro-black and in support of him, because really and truly, sometimes the bigger picture
100%
of what he was pushing through.
And I think also, I said this on the show as well, I think it's wrong for us to expect pro-black people to think the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's got different ways to get to a particular goal. Malcolm was different to Martin, man. Yeah. Completely different approaches. Like, it's wrong. It's just further division to say, oh, if you're pro-black, you can't do it. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, as long as it's about the betterment of black people. That's what it means to be pro-black, essentially. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of say, I think another issue people had with Trump saying is just the hypocrisy of America and the West to say this about Africa, when a lot of the issues started with those white people, with the West. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, how can you say this is, I don't know, in this particular condition, when, if not for your existence, and your tampering here, it wouldn't be in this bloody position. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know, I get that.
That's you know, just to be fair.
And I get that, that they started the mess, but we've continued it. Do you get what I mean? Like, for me, like one of the things, for example, okay, so you remember when the old president, Obasanjo, his wife, how she passed away? She passed away because she went to another country to get I think she had medical whatever, or plastic surgery, something like that anyway. But this is what a lot of the politicians in the country do. The hospitals are so bad and so piss poor that even if they have a headache, a little migraine, they will fly out to other countries, hospitals, to use their services, because you haven't made the services in your countries good enough to be used. You get me? So I'm proudly Nigerian, but I'm not proudly Nigerian to the point where I cannot admit what the flaws of the country are. It's highly flawed. Like, I get it that yes, they started this, and I get that, you know, there's still effects of these things and blah 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 blah. But there's a lot of things that could have been changed that isn't being changed. Like, a lot of politicians go there and all they do is just steal money and steal money and steal money. And this is money that they could actually put into the people, into making the country better, and they intentionally choose not to. So with that, like, I can understand people saying that, but my empathy is on a 0.001 on that, because it's just like, okay, fair enough, granted, but I think in all these years we could have made changes if we wanted to make changes. But again, we don't want to, which is why things are the way they are. But I do think that a lot of people, you know, they do the whole, because even when I think of Nigeria is such a shit show, bruv. Because when I think about it, like, people get really upset about, you know, the way the situation is, and I would love to leave when I can, and blah 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 blah. But then when it comes to election time and stuff, they just do the same thing, and it's just straining, man.
You know what? Yeah, I would love to know what Yusuf thinks about it.
About what? About Trump? About Nigeria? About what?
About the topic of the day.
Yusuf is here, but not her.
I mean, you know I don't give a fuck about politics. And you know I don't give a fuck about Donald Trump. But let me entertain y'all, innit? So do I think that you can be pro-black and support Donald Trump? If Donald Trump is racist, then no. If he's racist, then no. I don't see how you can be pro-black and support a racist. So the answer is no. And all that I know of Trump is that he's racist. So for me, someone who doesn't know the in-depth information, on the surface level, I know Trump to be racist. So therefore, for me, the answer is no.
Okay.
That's it.
That's fair.
So then how would you, because would you basically just opt to just not vote then?
What do you mean, if I was American?
Yeah.
No, but there's other candidates.
No, but a lot of people did that actually.
What, not vote?
Yeah, because they felt like, who was he up against again?
The second time or first time?
First time.
First time was
Was
Clinton.
it Clinton, wasn't it? Yeah. And people were basically saying that, you know, we're going to vote Clinton. I remember she was on a tour. She was out here singing with K. Michelle and everything. She was on a black tour. And I remember people saying that they knew she wasn't for them either. But it's like, okay, it's the lesser of two evils because Trump is Trump. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, you mean if there's no candidate that I feel
It's for black people. Yeah.
then I won't vote.
Yeah. I remember a lot of people did that.
So do you think? I think you kind of touched on it, to be fair. But like, do you think racism is everything? Like because let's just put it this way. Do you think this country or America, if you want, we can say in America, do you feel like it's institutionally, systematically racist?
Yeah.
Do you feel like how can that change? Do you think it can change?
Not really, to be honest with you.
So then, do you feel like there's just no point in voting then?
No, but it doesn't mean that just because this term that there's two candidates I don't agree with, the next term there might be. So as time goes on, who knows? There might be candidates that I feel like I can vote for.
No, I'm saying that because if it's systemic, right? It's inbuilt in the system.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the face of the party is.
Yeah.
It's going to remain the same. So if you think that it's going to remain the same,
Yeah.
What can a party? But then
optics, isn't it? For example, optics wise, I didn't think Obama was racist.
Yeah.
So I would have voted for Obama.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I know, obviously, the notion is that Obama wasn't really in power. He was just a puppet. On the surface level, I'm not going to care about that. For someone who's not invested in politics, all you got to do is show me someone that I can associate with, and you got my vote.
But isn't that the problem then?
Yeah, but I'm not the answer to the problem. Like,
I get what you're saying.
Know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but like I'm saying it in the sense of like, look at this country, for example.
Yeah.
A lot of the time we vote for Labour, right? And then the optics, right? We've got, for example, Diane Abbott, we've got Dawn Butler.
Yeah.
Beautiful, amazing people who really care about black people. We know this for a fact, right?
Yeah.
But they all belong to Labour.
Yeah.
Because of optics, we just keep voting for Labour.
But the thing is, okay, cool. Go back to the Trump thing. You could have someone like, I don't know, George Bush, or someone who we know is racist because he's a part of the system, right? But he's not overtly racist. He's not saying things like Nigeria's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Let's build up a wall and let's not let the Mexicans in, all that stuff. He's not giving me a reason to say, you know what, you're definitely racist. So if it was out of Bush and Trump, I'll probably vote for Bush.
Even if so let's just say it was both of them, right?
Yeah.
And Bush wasn't saying those things,
Yeah.
right? But his policies were such that, for example, black people, it was easier for there were certain laws that if implemented, it meant there was a higher chance for black people to end up in prison, black men.
Yeah.
Certain black people to lose their jobs, lower wages, things of that nature. Would you still vote for him?
So are Trump's policies, in this scenario given, are Trump's policies more in line with black people?
I wouldn't say they're for black people, but if his were in place, black people, it would be easier for black people to better themselves.
I'll put it this way. If someone come to my head
Yeah.
and say you had to vote for either of these two, they're both racist,
Yeah.
but you have to vote for either, then I'm going to look at their policies and whichever policies are more to the betterment of my people, then I'll vote for that person.
Okay.
Even though I know they're both racist. But if I had to vote, like you're the deciding vote, which one are you picking?
Yeah.
Let me look at both candidates, let me look at the policies, let me add it all up. Okay, cool. You're both racist, but you're the better of two evils.
Okay. So but essentially you put the racism thing above economics, above economic policies.
If I'm honest with you, I haven't thought about that until this moment.
Okay, cool.
If I'm honest with you.
All right.
Yeah.
Because like just to kind of continue what I was saying before about the whole optics thing, right? I feel like, because I'm not saying, oh, we shouldn't vote for Labour or we should vote for, I don't care about that stuff too much, right? But my thing is, for so long, black people have voted because of optics, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's got us anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is why potentially one could say, Liz Truss and that cabinet potentially recognise black people and other minorities care about optics.
Okay, cool.
Hence her putting in a black foreign secretary, a black chancellor of the exchequer,
Yeah.
more women, woman prime minister, woman deputy prime minister, all these type of things. Optics wise, that looks even better than Labour right now.
But then
are we going to switch?
But then who do you vote for then?
I've always voted Labour.
And do you believe that the UK is systematically racist?
I believe 100% there's certain things institutionally that 100%.
But you still vote regardless?
Yeah, because I feel like my vote, I didn't get my vote as a joke.
Yeah, but
You know
then,
what I'm saying?
either way, no one wins then. If you're voting and you know they're racist, and I'm not voting because they're racist, then as black people, do we win from voting or do we not win from not voting?
I think it depends because like there's two ways I look at it.
Yeah.
Some situations I'm not voted at all.
Yeah.
Right. But all my life I voted Labour, typically, right? Some, like I said, I've just not voted. I just thought all of these guys are trash. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I feel like I see it from both points. Working class, more black people are working class, right? So if we were to vote Labour, potentially, if you're optimistic and you hope, right, we can get ourselves into better positions within the party to change things. It's easier to change Labour than it is to change the Tories. We know this for a fact. But at the same time, whilst we're there struggling, trying to better Labour, right, and we're living our lives on a day-to-day, because we only vote once every 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah.
The Tories may be putting in certain policies that, wait a minute, say, you know what? Most of us have never bought properties before. Maybe this stamp duty thing, if it's gone, it betters us. Some of us have bought a property before. Again, stamp duty, with it gone, could better us because we could then buy more properties, generational wealth. Black people like this. You know what I'm saying? There's certain policies that we may say, you know what, wait a minute. As we're getting into certain tax brackets, the Tories' policy is actually better because they're cutting tax. You know what I'm saying? So we may say to ourselves, wait a minute. This may be better for me, for my family, for my community. You know what I'm saying? So I see it from both points. But racism, to me, doesn't come into it because I could be wrong, right?
Yeah.
I could be very wrong in saying this.
I don't think you're wrong because...
No, wait, one sec. Right?
Go on.
I could be wrong in the sense of saying this, right? That both parties to me are racist. Both parties to me don't care about me.
Yeah,
I don't care about black people.
That's what I'm going to say. Hence why you're putting racism aside and you're basing your decision based on economics.
And how because economics is the foundation of everything.
Because you know the racism can't change.
There you go.
But the economics can.
100%.
So you're picking whatever party is better in the economic standpoint and more so to the betterment of you and your people.
100%.
Makes sense. But the difference between me and you is you care about this stuff and I don't.
But you have to start caring. Do you know why?
Why?
Because economics is everything. Look at us now. We talk about economics every day because the cost of living is going up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we vote towards certain things, it could better us. You know what I'm saying? You can maybe have more money to put aside for certain things.
We have a question from the community. Can a man please explain what the Conservatives have done to improve things for black people? 12 years in power and look at the state of the country. Margs, if you want to chime in and help your man with this one, you can. If not, you can wait until he's finished and then piggyback off of what he said.
Okay, off the top of my head, I don't necessarily think there are particular things that have helped black people as a whole. I don't think that's the case. And I've said that again about Labour too. I don't think that's the case. But I do basically, what I am trying to say is there are specific black people, right? Because we've been here X amount of generations now, where we're not all working class anymore. So a lot of us think, you know what? By following this particular party or voting for them, it betters my chances. It's easier for me to get on the property ladder. It's easy for me to provide certain things for my children. These are essentials that every human being wants. So what I'm saying is I understand if a black person sits down with me and tells me, I'm going to vote Tories. You know what I'm saying? We're too loyal to Labour. And what have you got? What have you got? All he's done is just use certain rappers and certain people to come on the screen and say, vote Labour. For what? What have you got? Every day, black people talk about, representation. Let's get representation. Where's the black representation in Labour? The other day, when Mills came on here, they made a good point about how even though there's black representation now in the cabinet of the Tories, for example, the men may have white wives. There's a type of black. there's only one black person in the Labour cabinet, right?
Yeah.
The inner circle. That's David Lammy. He's got a white wife. So what are we talking about here?
You know when black people say they want that was a party done for black people,
Mm-hmm.
do they mean as a whole or we're looking at ourselves as individuals?
This is what I'm saying. Because as a whole,
Because
what
I think-
have anyone done?
Yeah, and I don't think it's even realistic for us to expect anyone for there to ever be a benefit to like black community as a whole. If I'm being honest, because
I think, obviously, because of black people, majority of black people being working class and sticking with Labour and all that, and obviously you just stick with what you know. So you say, okay, cool, they're for the betterment of black people or lesser evil, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But times have changed, isn't it? Like industry's changing, like black people are getting more successful. There's probably like a new black middle class, a new black upper class and all these things. Entrepreneurship's going through the roof. We're trying to be successful. We're trying to change and all that. So with that, with black people earning more money, you should start looking at the other side and the other policies that are going to benefit you more, if that makes sense. So it's not about whether the Conservatives are right for black people. It's like individually,
what's right for
black
you?
people with more money, you need to look at what's right for you. And if you've got more money, you're getting in different tax brackets, then surely you would be looking at the Conservatives and what they have to offer.
And this is it.
Ain't that natural?
This is it. But people want to be loyal to Labour. Again, you're saying in 12 years, what has the Tories done? In 12 years, how have Labour showed they're for you? Just the other day, Keir Starmer sacked somebody for picketing with the working class people trying to do their strikes and whatnot.
I can't believe that people did not have an uproar about that. Because if they're saying that they're really for the working people and they did that, that would have been, I would have thought the way they're going with their PR, I would have thought that was great PR.
Like the only thing I would say is that I guess a lot of people in the train industry, a lot of them in terms of income are not working class anymore, right?
Okay, yeah.
But still, the industry is typically known to be a labour force thing that Labour supports.
Yeah.
So when these people are picketing and you're sacking somebody who wants to go and support them, right? I understand he maybe didn't follow certain protocol. I understand.
I'm surprised Jeremy
But to
Corbyn wasn't
sack
front
him-
line with that.
Corbyn was there.
Oh, but then
He was there.
Boy.
You see what I'm saying? So at least Corbyn, you know what I'm saying? He's living his talk.
And this is why I say social media stuff,
And then
because
people
a lot of people can't tell you why it is that Labour is actually good for quote unquote black people.
This is what I'm saying.
I do agree. I think that, and this is something I definitely want to start doing, actually, is paying more attention to like politics and like policies that different parties and stuff have. And I think that we can, as a people, want to do better for our community. But unfortunately, I think when it comes to politics, I think vote for whoever can help you in whatever situation you are. And then from those benefits, you can then help the black community, in my opinion. But sorry, someone in the comments said they want to debate with Esther. You will never get to debate with me because I don't care about anything that much to
You want to debate me about what?
I don't even know. But even if it's about, I don't know, my name, I wouldn't care to debate that.
Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting access to Esther, by the way. Just a heads up. I'm not
Me?
saying that because
Ben is trying to cut down his his jail time with me.
all right, Emmanuel,
Still 2
come
weeks.
come election time. Who you voting for, sir?
I need to see the policies.
So you would actually vote for Conservatives?
If the policies benefit me and can potentially benefit other black people too, then why not?
All right.
I should stick in the mud because they're white.
All right.
I don't understand.
Tell me something. Now, you didn't just wake up this morning and have this particular hatred for Labour, yeah? Because you've been voting Labour all your life, you said.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Why now are you looking to change your mind and look to basically make a stand?
I'll be honest with you. It's not like I'm typically trying to just change my mind from Labour, right?
And before you before you finish answering that,
Yeah.
also, the last 12 years, they've
Yeah.
had a run.
Yes.
Why would you then look to vote them in to continue
Yeah.
after the 12 years has not basically offered up anything great?
I think because even though it's been 12 years, again, I don't know who I'm voting for. I may not vote, just to say that firstly, right? But again, 12 years, of course, there's a certain pattern there, right? But those 12 years have had different leaders. They've had different approaches. For you to act like they're all the same is very silly, right? I'm not saying you or whoever in the comments is saying it. Huh?
Too late.
No. Anyway, yeah.
Don't let him distract you, man. You're doing well.
At the end of the day, right? again, to act like they're all the same is ridiculous. Liz Truss's policies, economic policies, are very different to Sunak's, as they're very different to Johnson, as they're very different to Cameron. Different. You know what I'm saying? One's more of like a Thatcherite, more Austrian school of thought, and one's more Keynesian. They're just different. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to vote this particular way, or I can just say, you know what? They're just rubbish because they're all under the Tory banner. That doesn't make sense to me. I like to interrogate a particular idea. I can't just sit there and be like, oh, the Tories, they're just bad. That doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what are you going to say?
Let you finish first before I continue. I'm going to ask another question.
Am I going off the point? If so, then let me know.
I don't think you've landed yet, but I'm not looking to interrupt you. I want you to land it, and then I'm going to ask another question. Okay, cool. All right, so all I'm basically trying to say, in the last 12 years, they may not have done anything particularly great for black people or for me, right? But that still doesn't mean I'm not going to look at their policies and ask myself, which one is better, right? Then ask myself, do I believe that they would do this? You see what I'm saying? That's how it goes to me. You see what I'm saying? If I don't believe them and say, you know what, the last 12 years, you guys have just been capping, you know? Yeah, and this leads on to my follow-up question.
Okay.
Like, what trust do you have in them to not lie to you again after 12 years of the lying and not delivering?
The white man's been lying to the black man for centuries. I don't necessarily believe that this is the... You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily believe certain things, right? But again, I may look at how easy it may be for a particular policy to be implemented. So you may tell me, for example... I don't know why this came into my head. I don't know. I'm not sending shots at Corbyn at all, right? But he said, I want to remove university fees and all them type of things there. My head tells me that's not... Let me not say it's not true. It's very difficult to do. You see what I'm saying? And who's going to pay for this? So in my mind, I'm thinking, this doesn't seem very realistic. But if he's telling me something else, for example, I'm going to remove or reduce the NI insurance by... I don't know, 0.5%. That seems like something that's more realistic and easier to do. So I may believe that particular standpoint. So I'll look at the policies and ask myself, are these attainable things? Don't just tell me something. Is it believable and can you do it? You see what I'm saying? And that's how I'll kind of take it from there. But for me to look at a particular group and say, this white man here is better than this white man here, I can't waste my time and life doing that with you.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Cool. Now, at what point in time do we look to punish the ruling party after 12 years of not delivering?
Yeah.
And not looking to indulge another 4 years of potential lies?
Well, like most things, when we decide to come together and decide on that, you see what I'm saying? I'm for the betterment of black people, not just the betterment of myself. Claude Anderson, right? Claude Anderson, he's an American economist. He said, it's best for black people to vote as a bloc. If we can come together, right, even though I know in this country is different, we're only about 4% of the country. In America, it's like 14, 15%. I understand there's a difference. But sometimes our voting power can sway votes. We saw it with Brexit. Look how close that was. What was that? 48 to 52%? Or something like that? Or 49, 51%?
Yeah, it was close.
So imagine now we voted as a bloc. That's enough to sway that. So I'm saying if we can come together and say, black people, let's think alike in this particular way, right? And say, you know what, this is what we want. And then we can, I guess, go to certain parties and be like, look, this is what we want. Can you deliver? How will you deliver? Then we can vote for a particular person. I'm not loyal to a particular party. I'm loyal to whatever party can give me something and my people something that can better us. That's what I care about.
All right. Normally, whenever Labour is putting their policies up against the Conservatives, it's really like Wonderland, right? And that's probably why you say, how is he looking to basically remove university fees? I think at the time he was saying he's going to tax the rich or something. Yeah. You obviously don't like that, right? Because it's punishing people for being successful. Yeah. All right. So if after 12 years we don't basically hold them accountable for the failure, and we then just erase what they've done, erase the 12 years of failure, and then just look at their policies as it's a brand new spanking slate up against Labour's. And again, Labour always looks to wax lyrical, right? They always look to make it as pretty as possible. Yeah. Why wouldn't you quicker look to give them a chance to basically have a go at it. Seeing as 12 years of failure,
Yeah.
it's a ringing indictment, brother.
That's a good question, and I think I kind of answered it. I'll tell you why. Because, again, you're looking at the chances of someone being able to implement what they're saying. If you've been lying to me, Brent, right, for 12 years, the 13th year, I may not trust you. You may say the best thing, but on the 13th year, I may say, you know what, this sounds good, but I don't think this nigga can follow through. You see what I'm saying? And so I may not vote for you. So I'm not saying after 12 years, let's keep them in power. I'm saying black people think. That's all I'm saying, you know. Think. Don't be silly. Farrakhan said, for example, let's not be less intelligent than the wino, than a drunkard who, for example, doesn't care about the label on the bottle, but cares about the content of the bottle. Let's not be less intelligent than the guy who does that. You know what I'm saying? Think.
All right, so when election time comes around, because it will, and whilst we are going to be reporting this,
That's right.
we are going to be we are going to be sifting through both policies, and I need you to tell me why I should go for Conservatives over Labour. I need you.
I'll also tell you why I should go for Labour over Conservatives.
I'm
not here to support the Tories.
100%. Because
All
again,
right, cool.
as people don't know, but they're not aware, Emmanuel has voted Labour for his entire life.
That's right.
You'll need to understand, Emmanuel has voted Labour his entire life.
I'm not here to support Tories. They ain't paying me. I don't know them.
Please.
Think,
Listen.
people. Think. Comprehension is key.
All right, thanks. We will obviously spin back to this
dear.
later on in the year.
I hope not.
This guy.
I didn't know I was joining a political show, but this.
Oh, I just wanted to say somebody
Should have read
also,
your contract.
Fam, this guy sold me a dream, bruv.
somebody also made a point in a chat that I saw earlier. Okay, why does it just have to be about these two parties? We could vote Green Party, for example, right? Just wanted to throw that out there.
Ain't no one to vote for no Lellis.
You know what? I do think these are like, that would be good, to be honest, because, man, I feel like black people really want better, but we don't always take, and that is me included, we don't always take the steps that's
And also,
actually necessary to get the better.
People don't want to vote for parties that they know ain't gonna win. It's a wasted vote. Like they know.
Not necessarily though. What do you mean?
But
Green-
Emmanuel
in-
has been talking about
as in-
strategic voting.
As in, Green Party's not in the running. Like,
Yeah, but imagine if everyone actually did their due diligence and they actually knew more, like actually looked into the parties, what the parties want. I think with more knowledge could come bigger influence. Because imagine everyone did and everyone actually did their research, and then we all find out that actually Green Party is probably the most beneficial, and then we all vote Green. It's changing the dynamics. But people don't do that. That's the thing. So then people are like, oh, I'm not going to vote for this. But you haven't done your research to know whether they're good enough. I think if everyone actually did more reading, I think it would actually help.
And listening too.
Emmanuel,
There's
Yes.
that too.
would you ever vote for the Green Party?
Yes.
If you know they had no chance of winning? I thought you were all about
I'm
strategic
telling you,
I'm
people
about
don't
to
vote for
elaborate.
people they
I'm
think
about
have no
to-
chance of
I'm
winning.
about-
Yeah, but if we look, I'm struggling to understand this point.
I was just
Because
about
if
to
we
elaborate.
all, sorry, go
No,
on.
go on. I'll come back.
Because if we all do our research here, like there's this idea that Green Party wouldn't win because the Green Party won't win. They're not as popular as Tories and Labour. And I get it because they've been running for years, for decades, right? I get it. But if every single person, the next election was like, do you know what, let me actually take time out to look at each party's manifestos and whatever. And so actually, Green Party will be so beneficial to me. If I think the Green Party is going to be beneficial to me, whether they win or not, that is not my problem. I'm going to vote because how do I know the next person and next person is not thinking the same thing? So if we're all thinking, oh, Green Party won't win anyway, let me just vote Conservatives. That's how they win again.
This is exactly what I was going to basically say. Like, it depends. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's a long-term thing. Do I think Green Party is going to win in the next 20 years? No. But I think long-term, if black people, again, voted as a bloc, and then maybe our influence, like we have influence in all other areas of life, was to go into other communities and people could see why we are coming together and voting for the Green Party, that may do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm basically not saying I will never do it. Do I see myself doing it now? No. But I can't just say never. That will contradict what I said earlier. I don't care about the party.
Why don't you see yourself voting for Green Party if it's just about the policies that they're basically putting forward?
But it's not just about... The policies have to be implemented, Brett.
All right, it's whether they can implement it.
Yes, I said
it's-
that too.
Again, it's down to the policies and what's in the policies and whether they can implement it.
Yes.
And you feel as though you saying that you never vote for the Green Party or just you don't think it's going to happen. Is it because you've read their policies
remember,
before?
Just to clarify, remember, I'm not saying I will never vote for them. That doesn't make sense to me. If they, Like, why would I just write them off like that? I'm not loyal to any party, Brent. You see what I'm saying? I'm loyal to whatever party can give black people something for them. That's it.
But most people are not even considering the Green Party when they even
That's
vote.
what I'm saying. But
No one's even thinking about them.
the reason why I'm not writing it off is because what if one day we start to think about them? That's basically what I'm saying. Why would I say now in 22, I'm never going to vote for them? What if 2025, we're all thinking, you know what, this could benefit us here? You see what I'm saying? And other minorities think this could benefit us here. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Then let's do it.
When the policies come out and we put them side by side, we will decide what we will start to try and get people to start backing, yeah?
No, I'm not here to. I don't work for none of these guys, man.
No, but I feel like that will benefit the black community.
We can talk about it, but Brent just said that we can tell these guys kind of like what to vote for.
It's like illegal anyway.
I'm not going to tell you what to vote for.
If we are looking at the positives and the negatives, if we're basically saying what can be implemented, what can't be, in the whole grand scheme of things, we're kind of giving advice. And they don't have to take it.
Well, I guess I'm not saying that as bad. All I would do is basically just talk about each policy. That's how
I think we should even get a rep from each
I
party.
would love for that to be the case.
Yeah,
and then we'll have different. Yeah, but I
know 5 of them.
Good.
Oh, do you?
From different parties, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think that would be really good. I do think, like, sadly, I just think knowledge is power, and I think the black community, we're gonna get ahead if we start doing what we need to do. And someone in the comments said, "How do we know that people are not doing their research?" From conversations I've had, I know people aren't doing their research. People rely on social media to give them information that they should be looking at themselves. All right, are we done with this?
All right, thank you everybody for that conversation. Thank you, Marks.
I know.
All right, let's get into our next headlines. Good information. I actually feel inspired to take these things more seriously now.
Thank you. So our next comment is about fracking, right? All right. So the government is facing a backlash from its own MPs over its decision to lift the ban on fracking in England. Business Secretary Jacob Rees-Mogg promised local people would be consulted before fracking gets underway in their area. He declined to say how they would be asked, but claimed that fracking would become popular if drilling firms paid residents for the inconvenience. As a result, in a somewhat heated debate in the Commons, he faced claims that he was trying to buy people off. He told MPs, "We should not be ashamed of paying people who are going to be the ones who don't get immediate benefit of the gas, but have the disruption." Pressed further on whether consent would be obtained through local referendums or the planning process, Mr. Rees-Mogg said it will be a matter that is dealt with in a governmental way. A number of cabinet ministers have expressed opposition to fracking in the past, including the current Chancellor, Kwesi Kwarteng, who told the Daily Mail earlier this year, even if we lifted the fracking law tomorrow, it will take up to a decade to extract sufficient volumes. And it would come at a high cost for communities and our precious countryside. I know a lot of you are asking, what's fracking? All right, so fracking, or hydraulic fracturing is a technique for recovering gas and oil from shale rock, right? So it comes basically by drilling into the earth and directing a high-pressure mixture of water, sand, and chemicals at a rock layer in order to release the gas inside. And so that particular thing was stopped in the UK in 2019 because of opposition from the Green Group and concerns about earth tremors. But that decision has now been reversed in light of the soaring energy costs. So the procedure is controversial because a lot of the time they say it causes earth tremors. So obviously that disturbs the people and, yeah, things of that nature.
I like that word.
Fracking. Yes. I was going to ask you, have you experienced like a earth tremor? Earthquake, earth tremor, and
I can remember.
Yeah.
What about you, Marks?
No, I remember them saying that there was like a little earthquake one time, but I didn't feel it.
Yeah, I think there was one.
I might have been playing FIFA or something. I must have missed it. I don't know. I remember people were going on like there was something going on, but I was like, I was here. I don't remember that.
I think we had this conversation before here. Yeah, I think, yeah. I don't remember when it was, though. But I do remember the hysteria around there being a tremor. I don't remember the tremor.
Yeah, it's a bit mad, you know. I felt one before when I was in Ghana. Yeah, it just feels, it's very crazy. But yes. Anyway, so our next headline takes us back to the unfortunate situation that happened to Chris Kaba. So we've got a bit of an update. The family of Chris Kaba, as you know, an unarmed black man who was killed by the Met Police in South London, has been shown body-worn police camera footage of the moments leading up to his death. As we all know, Mr. Kaba, who was aged 24, was shot dead by an armed officer following a car pursuit that ended in Streatham on the 5th of September. Mr. Kaba's mother, Helen Nkama, told the BBC it had been very hard to watch the footage. Miss Nkama said her heart was already broken, but now she just wanted justice. The family gathered at their solicitor's office to watch the video before being joined later by the Met Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley. Afterwards, Mr. Kaba's cousin, Jeffrey Borsella, repeated Ms. Kama's comments, saying the family now just wants justice, but that they would now be taking a step back after some initial campaigning following Mr. Kaba's death. The Met Police have suspended the officer involved, but the family has previously criticised the length of time it took for this to happen, accusing the force of racism. The IOPC recently said it would examine whether or not Mr. Kaba's race influenced any decisions or any actions taken by the Met Police. Its investigation is expected to take between 6 and 9 months.
I think it's interesting that they said they're going to take a break
from the campaigning.
Yeah.
They probably have sound reasoning for it.
Yeah, they would.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah.
I guess doing that is just a constant reminder.
That's the thing, and if you're not getting results as well, you're not getting responses like you would like. It's just,
It's sad, man.
A damn shame.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's get into Word on Road. So I have reported on this individual before, actually, because I think it was a whole, I think Twitter kind of just clocked that, who Nia Long's man was, because obviously everyone always talks about how amazing Nia Long is. But so I did report that her fiance, and she's been with him for years and years now, Ime Udoka, and he's a Celtics coach. Well, it turns out that he's been, I was going to say he's been fracking, it really hasn't. No, he's been naughty, basically. So basically, he's been suspended for the entire season for violation of the team's policies. He was messing about with a member of staff.
Oh, man.
A female member of staff. So, the Celtics released a statement, saying that the suspension will last the entire NBA calendar, and his future with the franchise is being investigated and will be considered at a later date. So the statement said, the Boston Celtics announced today that the team has suspended head coach Ime Udoka for the 2022-23 season for violations of team policies. A decision about his future with the Celtics beyond this season will be made at a later date. The suspension takes effect immediately. And so he's also gone on to apologize, and he says that he apologizes to the players, fans, and team for putting the side in a difficult situation. I want to apologize to our players, the fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I'm sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision out of respect for everyone involved. I will have no further comment. Well, the biggest thing of that was obviously social media was going crazy, so they think they found the person he allegedly cheated on Nia Long with. Some lovely mixed race woman, just mind her business. I think that's the worst thing, You're minding your business, having a normal day, and you're trending online and for non-great things.
But apparently she's married as well.
Do you know what? I was having a conversation, I can't remember, I think it might have been myself the other day. And I was thinking about cheating and stuff like that, yeah? And I was thinking, who would actually be the best candidate to cheat with? And I've always maintained that it would be someone who has as much to lose as you do. So I would say cheating with someone who's married. Because they don't want their situation ruined. And you don't want and I think there's a higher chance. Oh yeah, I was thinking of, it was the whole Adam Levine thing. And I was thinking, they would not want their situation blown up. And neither will you. So the best way for this secret to be kept in-house, this affair, will be that is the best candidate to cheat with. Well, I guess not, because poor woman now, she's probably having to deal with her husband and stuff. But then there is rumours that they're not really together anyway, her and Nia Long. But then we didn't know they were together for as long as they were. So who really knows the truth at this point? But of course, Nia hasn't said anything because why would she?
Oh, the rumour is that him and Nia Long haven't been together for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but then
this is terrible news for the Celtics, man.
Yeah, they've lost their head coach, man.
And he was good. I saw that was his first year last season. He done good with them. They don't need this at all.
Yeah, they got to the finals. Got to the finals.
You know what they say? Give men a little power, start acting up. Look what's happened. But a tweet that finished me. Someone said Nia Long ain't never been in the news for anything but her work. Black women finna send something after him, and it ain't God, and that is a word.
The thing is, this story isn't as interesting then if him and Nia Long aren't together. Because the whole narrative is, he's fumbled the bag. How can you cheat? How can you cheat on Nia Long? But if you're not with Nia Long, then the optics of this story becomes.
But people don't know that though. It's in my extra digging.
Oh, you found out yourself.
Yeah, no, but I found this out myself. Okay. But also though, for many years people didn't know who her man was. Because when I reported it, I was reporting like, Nia's man. Do you get me? So if people didn't know that was her man for years, and they've got a child. Who's what year we in? The child is 11, and they've been together for that long, and they've been engaged for that long. So if people didn't know that they were together anyway, they probably asked together. To be honest, she's just a very private person, which is the way to go. But yeah, so hopefully, if she is still with him, that is something that she can work out and she can heal from, because it ain't it. But also the ESPN presenter Stephen Smith, the guy who's the meme for ladies who don't know sports. He basically said that people should not be talking about it because it's his business, it's his family business, and it's no one's business unless the Celtics actually fire him. But if you're a coach for one of the biggest teams going, people are going to talk about it. So there's that.
Stephen A is a hypocrite, man. If that was one of the players, he'll be cooking them.
Stephen A is a joker. No, he would be as well.
But yeah, so my next bit of news is I also reported about Verzuz taking Triller to court. So Swizz Beatz and Timbaland took Triller to court. So they made a deal with Triller. I think they kind of sold Verzuz to them a little bit, or something to do with that anyway. And they bought it and they meant to pay them and all that kind of stuff. And the lawsuit was because they claimed that Triller owed them over $50 million. But then they were suing for $28 million. But anyways, they've reached a settlement. There is no details on, on what's it called, on how much they got, anything like that. But they did release a statement saying the settlement will increase the ownership. They made a statement saying Verzuz has always been a platform that is by the artists, for the artists, and with the people. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland Swizz Beatz and Timbaland are glad to come to an amicable agreement with Triller and continue giving fans the music and community that they've come to know and love from the brand. At the time, Triller did claim that they don't owe anybody any money. So, but then they've also made a statement and they said that the executive, he said Verzuz and Triller will always be a safe place and outlet for creators and their art. Nothing will change that. So I guess it's good. And I think as well, the settlement gives Swizz and Timbaland higher stakes of ownership as well, which is good, seeing as that is the current trend these days, to own your own things. Next on my news is a man who should really close his mouth, but with all them veneers, I guess he can't. DaBaby is talking way too much. He's got a new song. He's released an EP or LP. What's the LP?
LP is an album, and the EP is a short.
So dramatic. He released an album. It's a 14-song one, and basically he's got a song he released. The single from it. It's called Boogeyman. And in there, he's claiming that he slept with Megan Thee Stallion on multiple occasions. I wasn't going to report on this just because I just think I don't get the science behind sleeping with women and guys want to talk about it. Like, men actually talk more than women do. But anyway, so he said, I'm going to read out the lyrics of what he said. He said, "You play with me, that shit was childish. The day before she said that Tory Lanez shot her, I was fucking on Megan Thee Stallion. Waited to say that shit on my next album. Hit it the day before too, but I kept it player. I ain't saying nothing about it. Yet here you are." He says, "Had her pretty boyfriend tweeting me, ready to die about the bitch like a coward. I told you niggas don't play. Now you're gonna have to handle me. I poked the motherfucking bear. I'm an animal." He said, "I'm a animal." It's Anne, sir. It's Anne. But anyways, so basically he's also referencing, so he and Pardy, which is Megan's boyfriend, they kind of had an exchange because Tory Lanez was to say something about Megan and someone must have tweeted a meme about it, whatever. And then DaBaby then retweeted it. And then Pardy was basically saying, any guy that shoots a woman is pussy and any man that sides with it is pussy as well. And basically just cussing, and then he and the baby were just doing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a whole lot. It was very dramatic. Yeah, so no one really asked him if he slept with Meghan. No one needs to know whether or not he slept with Meghan. The woman's got a boyfriend and they're thriving. I'm not quite sure why he thought we needed to know that. Wasn't he cancelled?
Do you believe him? Do you believe him?
Do you know, I would like to say I don't see why he would lie about it. But niggas be lying. I don't know if I don't believe it or not. I don't know.
I believe him because it's the baby, and baby shot people. Like he's I mean, you don't play, bro. You don't play.
Yeah, I just think it's very unnecessary.
They got him doing the song for the World Cup. That's crazy.
No. That's Lil Baby.
That's Lil Baby. The baby's the
Oh
one
wait,
that got
ain't this
cancelled.
Little Baby?
Nah,
No, this is
the
The Baby. The Baby is the one that got cancelled and has been struggling to get gigs ever since. Lil Baby is the one that's
see,
thriving.
there's too many babies.
There's
I get
too many Durs
confused.
and Littles. Yeah, I get confused too.
This is the.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Like,
I don't like this. I don't like this story. Then
Yeah.
if Little Baby done it, I wouldn't mind. But because it's the baby, I don't like it.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna go on a whim and say I don't believe him. Cause I don't like guys that just talk. And the thing
but
is, no one
lying that
asks
you slept
you.
with a girl is crazy.
Men do that all the time.
Like it's crazy.
Men do that all the time.
No, I know they do, but to do it on this scale and it's Meg and it's in a song, it's actually
Because you know what it is?
crazy.
Because basically he's been cancelled. No one's checking for him anymore. And so for me, this is a way to get yourself. Because look at me, annoyingly, I'm sitting here. Much to my annoyance, I'm talking about him. This is what he wants.
Yeah, he fell off. You know, he had to cancel a concert because he only sold like 5,000 tickets.
Yeah. Very good downfall it was.
His downfall's been fast as well because his ascension was kind of fast as well, and
Yeah.
he's in the mud.
He's in the mud. So I can see him doing all of this for attention because no one asked you. And then for you to come and say, even in the lyrics, for you to say that you kept quiet about it and you weren't going to say anything, but you're saying something about it. It's embarrassing. I mean, the song together is good though. It's called Cry Baby, I think it is called, yeah. But yeah, and then also for a bit of positive news for the Beyonce fans, Page Six have exclusively reported that she is now, apparently arenas and stuff around the world are being booked for a Renaissance tour next summer. So summer 2023, Beyonce is trying to take over everybody. And so apparently there'll be more details about tickets, obviously in the coming weeks. So that should be interesting. I've never seen Beyonce live. I do want to see her live. And I was hoping, before I listened to this album, I said that the next tour she does, I was going to go.
Yeah.
But I'm not really feeling this album. I've not gone back to listen to it. I just can't. I like little bits of it. But I think I might just still go. I think it's still going to be an experience. And she's going to do her old stuff, I'm hoping.
I swear she teased the visuals for this album, but there's no visuals have come out yet.
I think, hasn't there visuals?
Not even one video.
I'm sure something has.
Maybe. Obviously, I don't really keep abreast of Beyonce news, but
Yeah.
I did see that people were complaining about, you teased us with the snippet, but there's been no visuals.
I thought there had been. What did the baby get cancelled for again? Sorry, someone asked in the comments.
The baby.
He
It
said
was
that
the
about
whole...
homosexual people, HIV and all that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It was it was like I remember he was at a concert.
Yeah.
Oh, like a festival type vibe, and he was saying very transphobic stuff about HIV and
It was crazy, man.
it was mad. It was a lot. I remember Madonna came out and it was a whole fiasco.
Everybody.
It's embarrassing to say the least.
And then there was the whole Danny Lay stuff.
What about her?
Remember? He's the mother of his child.
What did he do to her?
Remember they had this whole thing. I don't remember the details, but I know they had something online, and
Because you know what? There's so many of these Insta
and
babes
that's
that
why
I forget.
him and remember when he was beating up the guy in the bowling alley.
Yes, I remember he rushed her brother.
Yeah, that's my brother, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, I think I don't want to put anything out there, but basically, I can't lie to you. You're gonna have to Google it because there's too many of these Insta babes, these Insta rapper girls that keep coming out with different stories and being locked in bathrooms and domestic violence and all that kind of stuff. So I can't keep up with who's who anymore.
Yeah, I think I don't
She's
want
a
no, he
singer,
kicked
innit?
her out.
He kicked her out of the yard or something.
Yes, and she had a newborn or something like that. Yes. I think they've got a baby that's like, I think less than 1 year old, I think. But I remember, he kicked her out. Yeah. But yeah, so anyways, there will be a Beyonce tour. Would you guys go to it?
No.
Have you ever seen Beyonce live?
Yeah, I have.
I'll go if I got a free ticket.
What tour was that you went to, Marks?
I can't remember. She closed with Halo. So what album's that?
Oh, that was in 4.
Bro.
I don't know.
It was years. It was a long time ago. It was old too, but it was a wonderful experience. Everyone should see Beyonce live.
Yeah, I'm
maybe not on this new album because obviously it's shit.
But you know what it is though? Do you know? I always think I just always think, what if this is the last album? So this is the last one I can see her. That's my fear. So if I don't see her now, I mean, not that he's gonna kill me or anything, but if I don't, I want to experience it. So if I don't go for this album because I'm not really feeling the album, and the next album I'm not really feeling it.
When she gets back into once she stops it, and then she's gonna get back into like her old school bag, like that's what Genuine's doing now. So when she starts doing them old joints, then you can go and see it.
Yeah, this is not her last album.
Yeah, I hope it's not.
No way.
I might sit this one out then, because I want to see Beyonce like proper. Like I wish I went to Lemonade Tour. That's what I sold. No, Beyonce, as an album Beyonce. That one I sold my ticket on the morning. I was like, actually, I don't want to go.
You're always buying and selling, isn't it?
Because you know what it is? Because basically, I'm a homebody.
Okay.
And I'm an introvert. So I make plans, and then when they come, I'm just like, I really don't want to go.
Yeah, okay.
You need to go see it though.
I end up selling it. Well, not for me.
I didn't love Beyonce as much as I did until I saw her live, man. I'll be honest with you. After I saw her live, that changed my whole opinion of her. I was like, no, this woman is the truth.
Yeah, I'm sure that live show is proper sick.
Yeah, because I actually like Beyonce. I'm not a beehive. They don't cry. But I can imagine what seeing her is like, because I remember as well when she released the Coachella on Netflix. That motivated me so much. Yeah. I remember I was watching it at the gym. I was on the treadmill. I was going for a running phase. And when I tell you, not Esther, the ticket reseller, I actually am, you know. But I ran for an hour just watching like it was so like I was so empowered by it. She's proper sick. I can imagine what it's like.
What speed was the treadmill on?
It was a speed where I was running. Asking too many questions. That is not the point of the story.
That's still good, you know. I don't run, you know.
Stay focused.
I don't run.
You don't run treadmill?
Nah,
I would say that. No, but it was bad for my knees though.
No, I'm not. I don't even like treadmills. I'm not. Yeah. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah. I was running. I was moving faster than walking.
That's good.
But no, it was bad for my knees though. So I don't really run. I just feel like he's chasing me.
That's good.
It was very good. I've never been so impressed with myself. Tried to do it again, never. So I think that I've reached my peak. That was that. It's done now. Can't do too much with that. But also a bit of Black UK excellence.
All right.
So when we had Priscilla on here not last time, but when she came in for an interview,
Milf and Honey are shaking their boots.
This guy's starting.
More comp, you know. It's hard out here for a pimp.
Wait, what's going on?
Listen. Basically, I'll tell this. It's all part of Wedding Road, isn't it? This is a road we're on. So when we had the lovely Milf and Honey ladies, they mentioned that they think another podcast sees them as competition.
Okay.
Another podcast, three women signed to Spotify, and we'll just leave it at that. So they said that. I mean, when they did say that, Yusuf and I got like, okay, that's an interesting take, we thought. But so when I'm about to mention this new podcast with Spotify, that's why he's then said, they're shaking in the boots because they've got more competition now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Yusuf is messy. That's what Yusuf is. But yeah, so basically, Priscilla did say she's got something in the works coming up. Well, it was announced yesterday that she has a podcast with the beautiful Wunmi Bello, the very talented Simply Sayo, and the podcast is called Nailing It.
Congrats.
And honestly, yeah. So it's a Spotify exclusive, Spotify original. And so Wumi's, what's it called? Caption says, guys, I'm so excited for this one. Me and the girls, Priscilla and Shayo, will be having our very own Spotify original podcast from next Monday. Watch and listen every Monday on Spotify, talking all things love, relationships, and navigating this thing called life. And then on the Spotify page, the caption says, or the description, it says, Shayo, Priscilla, and Wunmi know exactly what it's like navigating the everyday challenges and toasting the triumphs of life in your 20s, and they want to address it all. From Monday, the 26th of September, join the girls in the nail salon as they get to the heart of what it means to survive and thrive in womanhood today. They're talking toxic dating trends, family drama, building strong friendships, knowing your worth, and everything in between. And you can watch the episodes straight from the salon every Monday only on Spotify.
If nailing it, if they DM receipts for a feature? Do you reckon it's going to be seen or it's going to be replied?
I think it will be nailing it. So I'm slim. It will be nailing it featuring the Receipts podcast.
Okay, so the communications are going to be fast and hurried.
Yes, because they're part of the same family.
I hear that still.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to the ladies.
Why did someone else reach out to them and didn't get replied or something?
Oh, Mark, you got to watch the interview.
Yeah, man. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit of a sticky one still.
Reaching out and it's like, it's just seen and it's just like, I mean.
Maybe Brent can put in the Zoom link, in the Zoom comment for you, the full tea, but I don't want to, be the one to bring it up. Just let things lay where they ought to be.
Spell my damn name properly.
What'd you say?
No, my barber just texted me, but I spelled my name wrong.
Oh.
I said, Yusuf.
But yeah, Marks will fill you in after when the cameras go off.
No, but we spoke about it here. It's not like it's like an off-air conversation. Right?
Oh, you can tell him that I'm not involved in any of this.
Yeah, you're right. Let's move on.
No, oh, am I right now? Am I? No, you can tell him. You started this anyway.
Tolu, aka Don't Jealous Me.
Don't read my segment. Okay, so basically, my next bit of news as well is about Tolu Ogumefun, who is Don't Jealous Me, known as Don't Jealous Me, and his beautiful wife Yemi, same last name. So basically, yeah. So earlier this week, he bought her flowers, and she was like, "Thank you, I appreciate it, but is it everyday flowers? Like, make things a little bit exciting." She's like, "Don't you even just bought the flowers? Like, add something else to it, maybe jewelry, like a card, like something more than flowers." So he said, "Oh, really? That's fine, bet." So the next day, basically, he has a video. If you go on his page, you can see all of this stuff is elite content. So basically, yeah, she drove up to the house, parked up, and he's like, "Oh, I've got a surprise for you." She gets out the car, and she's like, "Oh, like, what is it?" He got her an African, when I say African, sorry, I mean Yoruba, live band out on the front lawn of their house to be singing for her, and he had the dollars to be spraying her with, and it's the funniest thing ever. It was absolutely hilarious. So he said, so basically he started this thing and he said he's gonna be doing the most. So it was do the most. Because that's what she wanted, right? And then the second day, so they both like work out together and she's proper like fit and everything. It's really cute. So anyways, the second day she goes to the gym, yeah, but he's already at the gym. She walks in the gym and there's like balloons up that says "I love you" on the gym floor. It's the funniest thing. Like, you know the balloons that are floating in the air, the big ones, and it says "I love you," and he's got a megaphone, and he's like, "Everybody, welcome my wife, Yemi," and he actually has got everybody in the gym to play along with this. Everybody's there, the staff, the other people that are just working out, and everyone's like clapping for her. She walks in. And he's like, "I just love her so much. She's amazing." And when I tell you, in the camera, you can just see her. She's like, "What is wrong with you?" But they're a very, very funny couple. They've got a podcast as well, which I absolutely love. It's called YNT Podcast. They're amazing. I love them. And so he did all of that as well. And then the whole gym was clapping, blah, blah. And he was like, "Yeah, like, do the most." So we're all very, very invested in what would come. But anyways, now he has released a single called Do the Most. Elite marketing, if you ask me. And in the video, it features her as obviously the star of the video. And he's talking about, loving her right and doing the most and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, check out the song, Do the Most.
When did the video come out?
Yesterday, I believe, yeah.
And it's a video.
Yeah, it's like a music video.
So shot before all this.
Yeah, so this was I think this was a marketing.
So this wasn't even genuine. Like her reactions weren't genuine then.
No, I think her reactions were genuine, because if you watch the videos, I don't think she expected it. I think she was a love interest in the video, in his music video. Yeah. But I don't think that
she knew about the promotion.
The promotion that was involved with it, because she's literally shaking in the gym one. She's so embarrassed and she's literally shaking. So I don't think that she knew about all that part. I just think she knew that he had a song out and she was going to be the love interest in it.
Okay.
And then he did all of the stuff.
I hope so.
But to be fair, even if they did know, I'm here for it, because I just think they're very, very beautiful. They are good. What's it called? They're a good example of black love. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but I think Kevin Thompson, you can actually leave the show. You don't have to sit here. Oh no, but I just wanted to.
No.
Why?
I just wanted to. Anyways, and my last bit, I've waited for this all day. My last bit is Stormzy. Stormzy is back. Stormzy is back here. And thank you. Thank you. That is needed. Do you know what? Actually, Stormzy and Melissa's Wardrobe are back. So Stormzy's got a new single and it's called Mel Made Me Do It. And if you don't know, if you're uncultured, sorry, but when I say it like that, Mel is his stylist and she is the queen of influence. Like nobody does it like her. Coincidentally, actually, because I didn't know about all of this stuff yesterday. I tuned out social media after a while in my day. So I actually saw all of this morning. Coincidentally, I'm actually wearing perfume that Mel made me buy. That I hadn't smelt it. I just bought it because Mel said it was good perfume. And I said, okay, Mel. And I bought it.
Is Mel Made You Do It? Is that her hashtag?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she basically, again, queen of influence. So sometimes she posts like reviews of stuff or just post something. Like the other day, she posted how she loves this Aveeno body spray, like an oil spray. It's sold out everywhere. So the peak of Mel Made Me Do It was during lockdown. And so she must have gone to Zara and she ordered perfumes from Zara. And she's like, guys, these perfumes are, I think they're like $12.99, I think they were. Yeah. And these perfumes are amazing. It was sold out everywhere. To the point where people had to be ordering from like Zara in Spain. It was sold out everywhere. Like, so when Mel posts something, if you come to the story like you were asleep, you come 8 hours after, it's done. It's sold out. She had us buying perfumes we had never smelt. I bought 3. As in like 3 different scents.
I'm not gonna lie.
Never smelt.
That's trust.
That's stupid trust.
I ain't buying no scent I ain't smelt.
That's the thing.
No
but you know
way.
what? She's never led us astray. She never has led us. Mel is the people's champion, okay?
Explain to me, how did she get to that point where you guys just blindly trust her?
Because you know, I think it's because a lot of influencers, they sometimes people put stuff out, and this is not a bad thing, but the company has asked them to do it. Yeah. So they give you a review as if it's a genuine review, but the thing is they're being paid for everyone that buys it. Yeah. But with her, when she actually gives a review, it's not because she's collaborating with the company. Most times, yes, it's stuff that's genuine to her. Do you get me? So a lot of times even, it's from the reaction of people buying into it that then gets her a deal. Do you get me? Yeah. So her interest and the things that she likes is always genuine. And I think that's what I think that's how she's got her trust. Okay. Because a lot of times it's you get got. You know what I mean? People say, oh yeah, go to this hairdresser and buy this product. And then they'll be like, oh, by the way, I've got a discount code. Okay. But Mel doesn't have a discount code because she's bought it because it's something that she actually likes. And so when she shares it, and then she would share something as well that if she doesn't really like, she's just very real. Do you get what I mean? So like during Christmas as well, companies sell her like the little advent boxes or whatever. Yeah. And she'll trust us. She'll be like, oh, I can't lie, this is dead. Or she would like say it's from like, I don't know, like John Lewis's box or whatever. She'd be like, this is day 2, but to be honest, you know what? The one I'm looking forward to is the Bottega box. Do you get me? So she's very, very real. And I think that's how she's kind of got our trust. But clearly she's got Stormzy's trust too. Named the entire song about her. And the video is absolutely like iconic. Absolutely iconic. There's so many people in there. I've made a list of people that are there. I'm going to run through them. So we've got Melissa. We've got Zizi Mills. Zizi Mills, amazing as well. And in her cameo as well, she was styled by Mel. Her outfit is amazing. And she basically has like a talk show with Jonathan Ross, which amazing. Jonathan Ross is in there as well. And then the biggest one as well, which people have been talking about, is Jose Mourinho. And he posted on his Instagram a picture of him and Stormzy and a snippet from the video. And he says, was great fun doing this cameo for Stormzy's new music video out today. I had a great time and it's great to see him wearing Matilde jewelry, which is, I guess, his jewelry line. Oh, nice. We got Lewis Throw as well was in there, Ian Wright, Usain Bolt, Stylo G, Rachel Anson, who is, of course, Stormzy's sister and his DJ. And his family is there as well. You got Lil Sims as well. You got JME, you got Rashid, you got Posty, Tiana Major, Heady One, Dave, Nella Rose. Got our babes, Nella Rose in there. Henry as well, Henry from Kiss FM. She's also there, and No Signal. We got Julia Denuga in there. So I mentioned earlier, Michaela Cole, she reads a monologue at the end of the video. And that monologue was written by Wretch32. You got Jamal Edwards' family in there as well. You got Dina Asher Smith. You got Clint. You got Mallory Blackman, Jazzy B, Trevor Trevor Nelson, Gabrielle, and you've also got Mega Man as well from So Solid. So I'm sure there's more people in there as well that I forgot to, but it's just honestly the amazing thing. And Mel's cameo was just sick. She's got this Birkin now the girls are trying to get, which is just sick. Yeah, and then
She's stunting.
it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. It's really, really good. Really, really cool video. And yeah, this could be the start of it. And Mel also on her story, she said how this video, because the amount of people in there, it's wild. So she said that it took them for the better part of nearly a year to do that video.
I'm guessing because of scheduling.
Yeah. It would have to be that.
And getting all the cameos.
Yeah. But it's absolutely amazing. And big up Stormzy. And
it's a long ass song as well.
It's long.
7 minutes.
Yeah. And he's really saying what he needs to be.
The question is, how long is it going to take Chip to reply?
Did you see Chip's tweet yesterday? He was like, "Why am I trending?"
Whenever Stormzy releases a song, Chip, because he sends for Chip, he says something about, "I'm not going to reply. Why should I reply to like I don't know, no name MC or something?" He made a reference to not replying to Chip, basically.
Yeah, in the song.
Yeah.
And because Chip had no idea why he was trending. He was like, "Why am I trending?" And then I guess people have explained to him why he is trending.
Yeah.
Another bit that was a bit interesting to me, there was the comment about old washed up podcasters. Like, who are you talking about?
Milford Honey? Who are you talking about? I'm joking. Those are my girls, man. Just carrying on the joke.
Big up Melissa's wardrobe. Big up Melissa's wardrobe every single damn time. She's absolutely amazing. And yeah, let's get into the People's Journal.
And those asking why Marks wasn't there is because he was in DR.
Yeah.
What, the video?
Yeah.
No, the scene, they wanted me to wear all white. I never had no white, so...
No, I never had no white.
So I couldn't go.
Someone said, Stormzy ending the video in all white shows how Ghanaian he really is. You know, they love an all white party. Goodness me. They're in bondage to it like they are with egg. But yeah, big up Stormzy.
Welcome to the People's Journal. I gave you the news from an economics point of view. We got a bit of breaking news, man. I'm going to get onto that second.
No, so you're teasing us.
I want it to kind of stew with the people because it's totally tied in to what we were talking about in topic of the day. I won't give my opinion. I'll just deliver the news.
Yeah, because you know they have to tussle with you.
You know, people, But anyway, the arms are too short to box with God.
Hey.
Oh, period. Okay.
Those were delivered by Mark.
Okay.
He gave you them bars.
All right. So the first thing is, it's not really good news, right? But it's the Bank of England. They've raised the interest rates from 1.75% to 2.25%. So it's up 0.5%. And unfortunately, that's the highest level for 14 years. And they're basically saying it's because they believe the UK may already be in a recession. They basically said they expected the economy to grow between July and September, but they now believe it actually shrunk by 0.1%. And so effectively, the reason why they're putting up the interest rates is because obviously that means the cost of borrowing is more expensive. And so obviously if people don't borrow as much, hopefully the prices kind of come down, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not buying as much, basically. So that's just their way to kind of curb inflation and hopefully bring things down. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, for those who got mortgages and things of that nature, loans and stuff like that, especially if you're on a variable rate, or one of those ticker ones, you're obviously going to be paying more. So what they're saying is people on a typical tracker mortgage will have to pay about £49 more a month. If you're on a standard variable rate mortgage, you may be paying an extra £31 a month. It doesn't sound like much, but if you consider that over the past couple of years, or last year, for example, this has just been going up and up. I've been mentioning this so many times. You know what I'm saying? So it's just adding up over and over. But yeah, that kind of leads into the breaking news. And the breaking news, I think actually somebody even mentioned it before. And that is Kwesi Kwarteng, who is the black Tory.
I thought he's been sacked already.
If you tell me he resigned, I know you lying.
He's gone.
No!
I'm joking.
It's been a week.
They can't hold a black man down, man. I'm telling you.
I was gonna say it's been a week. It don't even count because we're mourning for the Queen, so he never really got to work.
There you go. Well, basically, he's come out with his mini budget, right? So basically, essentially, the reason why I say it's tied into what we were talking about earlier, right?
No, call he's black. You said he come out with. We're gonna say come out with a mixtape. He's come out with his mixtape. I'm gonna say what? Nah, he's taking it too far, Kwasi.
But like a few days ago, yeah, and there was talk about the national insurance, basically the 1.25 rise in national insurance that they were planning to do, right, from the 6th of November was going to be reversed, isn't it, when he was going to come out with his mini budget. Now his budget has come. He's basically spoken about it. He's basically confirmed that whole thing. So this is, again, the breaking news. So basically, he's unveiled the biggest package of tax cuts in the last 50 years. So people out there, do you like tax? Yes or no? Well, this guy from the Tories has basically lowered the tax. Yeah? The biggest tax cuts potentially in the last 50 years. Again, I'm not giving my opinion on any of this, I'm just delivering the news, right? Cool. So, national insurance, the increase has gone down. It's been taken away. So no 1.25% increase. Also, he has cut income tax. So how much your money that's getting taxed in your wage slips every month and all that? Yeah. He's reduced that, right? So if I'm not mistaken, again, this is kind of all over the place because it's just literally just come out. Basically, I believe it's the lowest tax bracket. Yeah. He's reduced that from 20% to 19%. And those in the top rate of income tax, people who pay, for example, who earn over 150K, that 45% rate has been abolished now. So that's down to 40%. Of course, Labour have come out and said, well, this just benefits the rich. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Right? The tax cuts on both ends, even though the lower end is only by 1%, there's still a tax cut. That adds up. At least, to me, I think it's a good thing. Right? Cool. Again, that's just... Yeah.
When is this going to?
Don't trick yourself out your position. Don't give your opinion.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I had to think about, you know. Mark, sorry. So let me just say that again, to be more succinct and whatnot. Yeah, he said basically he's announced that the basic rate of income tax will be reduced by 1% to 90% in April. So that's 1 year earlier than planned, right? He also unveiled a cut to the top rate of income tax from 45% to 40%, meaning the UK will have a single higher rate from April. So you're not going to have that 45% that was there before, basically. That's all out of the window. Also, the threshold for people when they start paying stamp duty, right, on home purchases will rise to £250,000. So again, if you're out there, you haven't got your property, and you're talking about, okay, I have to buy this property, and maybe if you don't know, you've never bought a property before, you have to pay the stamp duty and all that, the type of things there, right? The threshold for that is now increased, right? Also, for first-time buyers, the threshold will rise to £425,000, and the value of the property that they can claim relief will increase from 500k to 625k. So basically, certain stamp duty things is kind of out the window, or it affects less people now, put it that way. New investment zones, so basically business will benefit from tax cuts and planning rules will be relaxed to encourage house building and all them type of things there. Again, this is what the policy is. You don't know if it's going to happen. Like, basically, you don't know if those things are going to translate into real tangible things, right? Yeah. But this is what he has basically put forward. And like I said, it's a big package of tax cuts. It's the biggest that the country's ever seen in 50 years. Cool. And probably I'll probably give more news on it, like once everything's out and I can take into some more time to assimilate and whatnot.
So I'm pretty sure you're going to vote Conservative now because the economics is on top.
No, I mean, again, it's not my opinion. It's just me delivering the news.
No, but based on these new, I mean,
no, not necessarily. No, like I was just saying, it depends on if these things are really going to translate into tangible things. Because these policies are there to basically boost the economy. If it doesn't boost the economy, then what's the point of it? You know what I'm saying? So, but yes. So that's basically what he's come out and said. Like I said, income taxes been cut down national insurance increase that we all would have felt has been taken away. Income tax in a lower tax bracket is reduced. If you're in the top tier, those guys, they're making a lot of money. 5% is gone. And also, I believe there's one more thing. I mentioned the stamp duty as well. So that will affect less people. So first-time buyers, it's just easier for you to get property now, or at least it's easier on your pockets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's it pretty much for the People's Journal. Hope you lot can recognize what's been said, and digest it.
So listen,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty, let's get into sis. What would you do? The people to like the video and all that good stuff, please. They listen to you and you.
How many people's liked it? Only 45.
That's ridiculous.
And there's 160 people in there. Come on, user, man. Get us a liking, man. You know about the algorithms and how they work already, man. Let's go.
Love it. Thanks, Margs. All right, so sis, what would you do? This is what I'm about to read. Good morning, Esther. I hope you've eaten well today and the good Lord showers you with blessings all throughout the weekend. Amen. This is very wholesome. You've done an absolute stellar job as the only girl on TDA for a while. People don't seem to realize that by default, people are just going to see you talking on the show and feel that you represent every single woman out there, which is ridiculous. Girl, who you telling? Which is ridiculous because you have 3 men in the room who are all allowed to think differently on different things. So more power, sis, for being you and still managing to be the funniest motherfucker in that room. Thank you. Never change. Where's the dilemma? Sorry. I appreciate it. Never change, even though it will at times feel that people are stupid with their comments, especially men, and get their panties in a twist when you say things that are seen as unconventional or not what they want to hear. Never change. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm certain it's not as easy to keep turning up day in and day out and present yourself and be yourself in that studio every day, but you do it anyway. You're a superhero. I'm actually at the end.
No, that's why I'm laughing, because I read it and I'm thinking there's no dilemma.
You're a superhero and you have one loyal admirer and supporter in me. Love you, LOL. Love the guys too, by the way. But this is your moment. Oh, this is so sweet. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I don't even have a dilemma to give you. That is so wholesome.
That's nice, man.
Yeah,
That is very sweet.
I respect that still.
Thank you. I'm actually gonna screenshot that and save that because that is very
Do
sweet.
you not proofread this?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I knew it.
I actually didn't.
Why, what happened?
Because there's no dilemma.
Yeah, Brent read it.
I don't think
Yeah, I update the documents. I choose which emails I put in there. So I saw that, I'm like, this is apt. Let me put it in there.
Was this before or
Yeah,
after you
sometimes
offended
give people
me?
their flowers, man.
No, I'm not saying
Thank
anything wrong with
you.
it. I'm just saying there's no dilemma. This could have been given to Esther. Still, I'm just saying there's no dilemma.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah, this is really sweet though. I do appreciate it. And I think that's actually, I've never actually deeped that people think I represent all women, but then you guys represent yourselves when you talk. Do you get me?
There you go.
You're just asking for too much from women all the time.
Apparently, Emmanuel represents all black people.
Evidently
That
not.
you know.
Evidently not.
You ain't speaking for me, nigga.
They think you man's out here doing Boris's job. That's what they think. But no, I do appreciate. I appreciate you sending that in. That is really, really sweet, and that has absolutely made my weekend and even my next week. But yeah, so if you guys would like to send stuff in for asking for a friend, sis, what would you do? Send it into 075 6484 1073. Or you can email as well, tdasubmissions@thenewblack.com. Do let us know what segment it's for. And yeah, let's get into our last headlines for today.
I just want to address something quickly in the comments. Basically, it's people who are asking me to give my opinion
On your people's journal.
on the people's journal.
You see what I'm saying? No, but Iman, do you realize that's the problem? You said to people to listen, and they heard what you said, and they said no. Give your opinion, even though you said you weren't going to.
Yeah, I'm still not going to. Not now, anyway. If you lot want to talk about it, I could bring it up in the topic of the day another time. I don't really mind. I'm not trying to dodge nobody. Never have, never will. But just
Period.
wanted to give the information to you lot. And like I was saying, I have not properly assimilated the information yet, and it's kind of new information. So yeah, I'll wait for a more
Have you seen?
appropriate time.
Have you seen the clip? What does he look like, this guy? Does he have glasses? The Kwame guy?
Yeah, Chrissy.
Because I think there was a snippet I saw. I think it might have been Channel 4 News because the background was a bit purple. And it was him and some other black guy going at it.
Yes, yeah. That was a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, was that a while ago?
Yeah. That was like...
The guy had him on the
that
ropes.
was a few years ago, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was recent.
No, I remember that clip before.
No, that was... The guy did well. Big up that black man wherever he is.
Yeah. So the first headline, unfortunately, trigger warning here. And this takes us to Anthony Walker, the story of Anthony Walker. He was tragically killed in 2006. So Michael Barton was jailed for 18 years in 2006 for his role in the sickening ice pick murder of black 18-year-old Anthony Walker. In February, Barton, now 33, was moved to HMP Thorncross, which is an open jail in Cheshire. The parole board announced its decision yesterday following an oral hearing early this month. So Barton has now been told he will be freed and could be walking the streets again next month. A spokesperson for the parole board said, "We can confirm that a panel of the parole board has directed the release of Michael Barton following an oral hearing. Parole board decisions are solely focused on what risk a prisoner could present to the public if released and whether that risk is manageable in the community. Barton's release is subject to a number of strict conditions. The killer gave evidence supporting his parole bid and is believed to have emphasized his exemplary behavior and progress in jail. A written summary of the decision states evidence was presented at the hearing regarding Mr. Barton's progress and custodial conduct during his sentence. He had undertaken accredited programs to address his decision-making and had completed 2 years on a regime designed to support people in addressing drug misuse. He has also completed work on victim awareness and had engaged in a regime designed and supported by psychologists to help people recognize and deal with their problems. There had been no behavioral concerns for many years, and Mr. Barton had secured trusted roles in prison. It was considered that Mr. Barton had also addressed past concerns about racist attitudes through his improved level of maturity and living in prison with a diverse group of people." So that's basically the rationale behind why they want to release him early.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of the backstory. Yeah? So for those unaware, Mr. Barton was 17 when he and his cousin, Paul Taylor, then 20 years old, ambushed 18-year-old Anthony Walker after racially abusing him at a bus stop on July 29th, 2005. Taylor drove an ice axe into Anthony's skull in a park in Merseyside, in Huyton in Merseyside, and the killers then fled to Amsterdam. Barton was found guilty of murder and jailed for a minimum of 17 years and 8 months at Preston Crown Court that year, while Taylor admitted murder and must serve at least 23 years and 8 months. At the sentencing, Barton was even told that he was poisonous to any civilized society. But in 2016, it was revealed that Barton's tariff had been cut to 16 years from 18 years after he'd become a charity worker in jail. The decision left Anthony's mother, Dr. G. Walker, feeling betrayed. Dr. Walker said, "Our justice system is the laughingstock of the world. Life definitely doesn't mean life, but I choose to forgive because living a life of hate is so destructive." She had previously said that they promised me 18 years, a year for each year my son lived. If the justice system makes a promise and can't keep it, what hope is there for us?
That's very
So yeah, man. I don't know if we should. I don't know, man. Yeah. What do you guys think briefly about his release?
I'll talk about it next.
If we talk about it next, then don't know.
Oh, and
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I just think, I feel like if you give people, I don't know, I just think if you rob somebody, obviously to be fair, with the parole, like there's a lot of things that they take into consideration, I guess, like if you're remorseful now and if you're a changed person but is he a charity worker because there's nothing else for him to do in there, or was that actually out of the goodness of his heart and he's changed as a person? But I feel like even with that, you should still serve the justice. Do you get what I mean? Because even people that like, for example, even people that go to prison and they then like become Christian or whatever, they understand that why they're in this position and they understand that justice has to be served. Do you get what I mean? So they don't say, I'm a Christian now, get me out of here. The things I've seen, they usually will be like, you know what? They understand the processes to these things. I think he still should have served the time he served and then come out. It was 2 years. He's been there 16. I mean, that 2 years is what was going to break the camel's back.
Right.
But it's a shame to the family.
Hold on, what? He served, how many years did he serve?
17 at the moment, I believe.
Okay.
16 or 17.
Okay, so technically he's going to do the 18th. Oh, no, but he's out now, though, isn't he?
Next month he will be.
Yeah, didn't really do
Oh,
the
well,
18th.
y'all don't think that's enough time?
That's what I'm posing to you guys.
Nah, because I think if someone loses that, like, the grief with the mum is still going to be as if it was yesterday. I think when you're the victim of the crime, no time will ever be enough, really and truly. But I think if that's what he was sentenced to, that's what he should have done, because they would have had to make their peace with, do you know what? It's not as long as we probably want it to be, but it's that. So I think to then cut that even shorter, it's a slap in the face.
How much? When it comes to prison time, obviously one side of it is, well, people might think the whole thing of it is about your punishment, right?
Yeah.
How much of that time do you put down to, rehabilitation, in terms of that person changing and learning their lesson?
I think for the person to actually admit that they've learned their lesson, and it should be, it can be seen that they've actually learned the lesson and they're not saying it just to get out.
Yeah.
Because there's some people actually, though, they don't even care about getting out. They've been there 20, 50 years and they're still saying, listen, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do it. And that's that. Even though they know they did it. Do you get what I mean? So I think remorse isn't something that a lot of people kind of own up to, or, a lot of people experience. But I think you have to be remorseful, and there has to just be evidence that you're a changed person. Because you can't come out, you can't say you're sorry and then do a whole performance for the parole board, and then when you come out now, it's all that stuff. But to be fair, I know that they do assess your risk. So like, say for example, you're young and you go in prison. If you're like old, like older people are less risk to recommit crimes than younger people would be. But yeah, it's sad, man.
It is. And our next headline takes us to more train strikes. Now, yesterday we spoke about strikes being on the 1st and 5th of October. Well, now it's emerged that more than 40,000 workers from Network Rail and 15 train operators will strike again on the 8th of October. The RMT has said it will be effectively shutting down the railway network as part of a long-running dispute over pay, jobs and conditions. It will come just after a week of ASLEF mentioning the strikes on the 1st and the 5th of October, as I just mentioned. Network Rail warned passengers to expect very significant disruption and only travel if absolutely necessary. It added that full timetables for upcoming strike days will be published soon. The latest action comes after a series of large-scale walkouts as unions call for pay increases in line with the rising cost of living. As I'm sure you're all aware, in June, the biggest rail strikes for 30 years threatened to grind the country to a halt. On Wednesday, Prime Minister Liz Truss told striking rail staff to get back to work. Speaking in New York, she insisted she wanted to take a constructive approach with the unions, but told workers to end their industrial action to prevent disruption.
Do you know what? The train strikers have done it. They've done a lot to get what they need to get. I hope they do get it.
Yeah.
Because they've put a lot of effort, more than any other industry, dare I say. Okay, I think we're back.
You're back.
Yeah, sorry guys. Nepa.
Don't get it.
No, we're not.
No, not yet.
Oh.
Just make sure.
Are we back now? Yeah.
Apparently not.
All right.
What's all that coming from the
Well,
screen?
I couldn't hear nothing either. Not just them.
Yeah, because it's all connected to the roadcaster. So if the roadcaster goes down, everybody stops hearing. Now you can hear.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
Go now?
Yes, you can continue. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. It's because we said Nigeria was a shithole. So Nepa said, guess what, bitches? He's a shithole now. Still not us, DDA. Still not us. What were we talking about?
The strikes.
Yeah, I was saying big up them.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they get their...
Because they're fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
But beg you, man, don't talk, please.
Yeah, okay.
Because they don't know the biases, man.
All right, cool. Thank you, right.
Yeah, I don't know why he had to make a scene. He didn't need to tell people that.
No,
What's going on with Brent today?
He's one of those guys.
He did disruptive. Man.
Quickly, sorry, E-Man. Go back to the whole Kwasi thing, right?
Yeah.
Is your opinion that what he's doing is good or bad?
I need to analyze it a bit more.
Only because
Even if you try to draw
only because our former brother in Economic Arms, Disu,
Yes, this
just said, I cannot believe what Liz Truss and her Ghanaian side chick are about to do.
Not Ghanaian side chick.
Are about to do to the economy. So that implies that.
Yeah.
Is he implying?
Do you know what?
It's bad or good?
This you definitely won't agree with them.
Okay.
100%. Because I've seen certain. I think he's. I can't speak for him obviously, but I believe his economic school of thought is not to the more free market. Full capitalism side of things, you know what I'm saying? So I think these policies he thinks are complete shambles.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
I think he's quite level-headed, to be honest.
Who, this?
Yeah, man.
Of course he is. He can defend his point very well. I don't necessarily think one economic thought is better than the other. Well, actually I do. But like, you can defend a particular side in a very sound way, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty then. Marks, over to you, sir. Done out here.
You got touched on today's done out here. It's a weird one. It is definitely going to go to the justice system, or if that's what you can fucking call them. Because we don't never get no justice. But I think it's for the release of Anthony Walker, man. I don't know how much vim to actually have about it, because obviously people are talking about rehabilitation and serving time and whatnot. The act he done was heinous. I don't care about the age or whatever. He tried to flee the country. All the stuff that they said about him beforehand, like he's got a history of violence, he's poisonous to society. And then all of a sudden, you are so adamant that he's changed because he started doing charity work in prison. I mean, I don't know. Everybody deserves a chance to rehabilitate themselves and stuff like that. For me personally, it's them going back on what they said to the family in the first place. Like, so we got his sentencing, and to reduce it is rude, isn't it? You get what I'm trying to say? It's like what they're saying. If the justice system ain't going to keep up with their promises, then there's no hope for no one. Like, he said he was supposed to serve a minimum of 18 years. What reason is he allowed to take 2 years off for? Like, there's no amount of good behavior. He should have got more. I know people that's doing longer than him in jail that ain't killed nobody. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? And I doubt they're gonna get their sentence reduced and stuff like that. And then obviously, like, because it's a race crime, like, and then it's a white man, race and stuff just always comes into it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, so the family ain't gonna be appeased, but like, just even like black people as a whole. Like, you can't help but look at these things and think, like, if this was role reverse, like a black man done this to a young white boy or whatever, would he be getting any time off? You know what I'm trying to say? Would he be getting any praise talking about like, the man them do all their courses, like everybody does their courses, like you have to do your courses to get into an open jail and all that. Like, you can't, I don't know where all this change has come from or what they've seen in there to know that he's definitely not a threat to society anymore. He's definitely not going to do these things. He's definitely not racist. I just think, it's a tough one. Like, once you serve your time, you're allowed to come out. Obviously, you go on license afterwards. Fair is fair. I think it wasn't fair to reduce his sentence. He should have got a minimum of 30 years in jail for what he done in the first place. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's just all a bit shit, and it leaves a bit of taste in your mouth, innit? So yeah, I think it would have been fair to give it to them, for them to be done at it, just because it just feels like rules are being not broken, but like, I don't know, it just feels like white privilege going on all over again, really and truly. But like I say, it's a weird one for me. I don't know how much vim to have, because obviously once you serve your time, and everybody should get the chance to rehabilitation. We're out here screaming freedom and them all the time for all types of things. But I think he should have done his original time that he got set. I don't know why he's getting any special dispensation for, like, what's he done? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. That's probably where it lies with me. It just doesn't feel nice. So they're done at it. I mean, you can elaborate on it a bit more if you feel to. We definitely spoke about it already. I just don't like it, man.
Yeah.
I don't like it. These people should be feeling the full strength of the law. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, they shouldn't be able to cut no corners, like get any time off for all this stuff. Like, and I remember this. I forgot about it, but now I'm seeing this picture. Like, I remember this vividly. You get me? The guy's a monster. Yeah. So they're done at it. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's that egregious that they got the time cut off?
I think it's wild to do
I agree
that.
with you, man.
Yeah, if you served 16, you might as well serve the full 18.
Mate,
And even longer.
that's the thing.
His sentence originally should have been longer anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, so yeah,
Actually,
cutting his time
monster.
short for 2 years is slap in the face of the family.
There you go. And it's like he got a life sentence. Yeah. And then he didn't even have to do it. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like stuff what like the family are saying, like they're the only ones that are doing the life sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's so unfair. Like they're the only ones that's doing the life sentence, and they're the family of the victims. Like it's just fucked up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and you get cases and this kind of stuff happens all the time, and like we just never get appeased. Like we're supposed to have faith in this justice system that you don't never get no justice from. It's just bullshit, man.
Honestly, it really is.
Yeah. So the justice system is done out here, man. That's what I really got to say on the matter.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say head into the outro. I like when you say it.
Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad. Yeah, let's get into this outro.
Someone about to call. End when you finish.
No, at the end, just saying we're gonna open up the phone lines. In fact,
Okay.
we open up the phone lines now. It's open so that Esther's gonna give the outro, and then you guys can call. I think one person in particular wants to call. Don't be long, please. Keep it brief, and then we'll see you guys next week. So
Don't say don't be
open
long.
up.
Don't be long.
Babes, you're in charge of the phone. You cut the phone.
All right,
man.
go. It's open. Go.
Don't be long. Try to be long. I'm going to cut it off.
Cool.
But yeah, thank you guys as always for tuning into the show. We appreciate you. We appreciate the engagement, the content. Mark told you guys to like the videos. So you better have liked the video, okay?
More of them liked it. It's up now.
Okay, love
But
it.
we need more likes though.
Okay, well, you heard the man. So get to liking. Also get to sharing as well. The video stays up now when we're done. Cheeky of you guys to shade Brent's PC. I may not be talking to him, but don't insult the man, okay? don't be rude. Follow us on all our social media platforms as well, the day after TNB. And you can always send us voice notes and text in and call in to 075 64841073. If you would like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email the team thedayafter@thenewblack.com. We appreciate you. Have a nice weekend. No one's called yet.
Yeah,
well,
they have.
They have.
Cool.
Oh, my
All
bad.
right, nice one.
All right, speak. Is it even connected to Bluetooth? All right. Call me again in 2 seconds. I think I have to connect the Bluetooth.
Oh, is it on?
Yeah. I think because I restarted the roadcast.
Oh, yeah. How's everyone's weekend looking? Milf and Honey show on Sunday.
Esther's gonna be on the stage.
I will be on the stage. Don't know what I'm wearing yet, but I'm gonna look cute regardless.
Did the Milf and Honey people sort out our tickets?
They sure did.
Good.
I hope so. I don't know.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Morning.
Good show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't usually tune in live, but sitting on my desk, I thought let me tune in and watch you guys. But yeah, doing a good job, man. Yeah, mainly to E-Man, but obviously everyone can chime in. But I'm looking at this. I know you don't want to give your opinion, you want to go away, but obviously it's going to be the weekend, and this budget thing is going to be on everyone's mind. I'm looking at it, yeah. And I'm trying to see the downside of this. Obviously, I'm not an economist or anything like that, but obviously they're complaining cutting taxes is bad, blah, 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 blah. I'm not a conservative lover at all.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the changes that he's made. It's just, we've been complaining about taxes for years, like we pay too much tax. But this is when I see my my pay slip, I'm getting taxed out of the, people are like, oh, I'm getting taxed like $1,000 or $2,000, things like that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to work out, like, why is everyone complaining about this? Because at the end of the day, I know people saying the rich are getting richer or whatever, but, there's going to be money back in our pockets as well, number one. Yep. A lot of money back. You're looking at something like corporation tax. I didn't even know corporation tax was going up to 25% from 19%. But if corporation tax had gone up to 25%, like you were saying yesterday about JD, when you were reporting on JD Sports, that's money that they would then pass down to us, the consumers, and say, well, if we're paying more tax, we'll just charge you more.
Exactly.
You're looking at things like, okay, so for me personally, I'm going to speak personally, the IR35 reform was an absolute joke. It basically killed, like you were saying yesterday with bankers, where they put a block on bankers coming to this country. It killed contracting, basically. A lot of contractors had no choice but to go permanent. And then obviously the best skilled workers thought, you know what, forget this, I'm going to go and work somewhere else in Europe or whatever. By scrapping IR35, it helps a lot of businesses because they didn't want to deal with all the crappy paperwork that comes with, you know, taxes and all that kind of crap. But like, to me, I'm trying to work out what the bad point, and I'm not a conservative lover at all, but this guy, I've just been doing some research on him. He's obviously an ex-banker, isn't he? So he's trying to put money back in people's pockets. Yeah, the rich are going to benefit from it, but eventually, that I'm guessing they're hoping that wealth will trickle down, you know, further down, especially things like, you know, bringing down, what's it called, the stamp duty, things like that. That will help people like first-time buyers and even people that are trying to build portfolios, because stamp duty is, it can literally mean the difference between buying a house and not buying a house if people don't realize that. So tell me, yeah, I'm trying to work out what the bad things that he's done here. This is just very smart to me.
You know what the thing is, yeah? Like I said, I don't really want to give my opinion, but I feel like you've kind of said my opinion.
Well, how come you're so against giving your opinion?
No, because two reasons. I want to make sure I can assimilate the information first. Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to just talk for the sake of talking.
Yeah.
But also because I want people to just hear the information. I don't want it to be there to be a bias for me or whatever. Just hear what you're hearing.
Okay.
I like the caller just said. He's heard, right, what I said, and maybe he's read it himself about the budget. And he's thinking to himself, I don't understand how this is a bad thing for me. Corporation tax, if I want to start a business, this benefits me. I pay less. If I don't want to start a business, I'm buying from businesses, right? They won't pass that extra 6% onto me. So it's cheaper for me to buy goods. Stamp duty, first time buyer. I don't need to worry as much. I got a house already. I want to buy a second. Don't have to worry as much. Income tax, lower tax bracket. I could take more money home. Oh, I'm doing well as a black person. I'm in the top tier. I could take more money home. What are we talking about here? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, look at the policies. And like the brother said, where's the bad? Someone said before in the comments, yeah, but they're only reversing what they put in the first place. Okay, so if someone is slapping you,
it's a good thing.
You want them to just keep slapping you?
If they stop slapping you, is that a bad thing?
I don't understand. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Again, I don't think any of these people like black people more than the other. They may be doing this to benefit their friends. I don't care. If I want to get on that bus because it's going in my direction, that's what should matter. If black people want progress, if we want properties, generational wealth, for example, passive income, if we want to start businesses, are these not things we should be happy about? You see what I'm saying? I'm not loyal to any of these people. They don't care about me or you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, I don't believe that these people...
Look in the camera and say that again, please. Say they don't care about you.
They don't care about you, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not loyal to any particular group. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If like, I actually believe intrinsically, like, the Tories, they're definitely more racist than that. Like, we know this. I don't think it's even worth me saying.
You mentioned Green Party before, yeah?
Yeah.
Would you vote for the National Front if their policies were more inclined with what you were?
Is that an actual group?
Gosh. Yeah, National Front.
Like,
I thought like
the racists. Yeah. Nah, come on, man. Like, I think that goes back to the whole, because they're about killing people too. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You asked for it.
And you asked the question. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really don't care about, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things.
But that was...
they rebranded? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Britain's first or something. I think they
okay.
rebranded.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about them because I don't know much about them. You know what I'm saying? But just back to what the brother was saying. Like, again, I just think it's important for us to look at the policies and see how it can affect us individually and our communities. Yeah. If it affects maybe just one of us and 99% of us it doesn't help, then that's a problem too. You see what I'm saying? But if maybe all of us are doing I don't know well enough where this can affect a substantial amount of us. Maybe that's a good thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't just say I'm voting red because all my life that's what I've done. We have to think. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And like the brother again just said, when he's listening to all of this, when he's reading up on all of this, it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
Or at least on the surface, it doesn't sound bad.
I mean,
maybe when we interrogate a bit further, we can see the loopholes. Fine, we can come back to that and say, you know what? Actually, I'm seeing the catch-22 here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But on the surface, it just doesn't seem bad. You know what I'm saying?
He mentioned the caller mentioned his business, right?
I'm not too sure.
Sorry, what was that?
Did you mention about your business?
No. I was talking about general. I'm a contractor, so obviously I'm going to be happy because
I was going to say plug yourself. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I do contracting. No, I just do IT, but I'm generally happy personally. But obviously, I think it's a boom. It's a time for a personal boom. Basically, obviously, we don't know how it's going to end up eventually. But what I'd say is, if you want to buy property, if you want to get into business, this is a very, between now and next year is a very, very healthy time to start looking at those options. And I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate you calling in.
Call in more anyway.
Thanks for calling, man.
All right.
Have a nice weekend.
And sorry, can I just say one quick thing?
Yeah,
Register said again, who brought in these things, right? And the bad thing is that they messed it up beforehand, and then they're fixing their own problems, messing up the economy, and then putting it back is shouldn't be applauded. Again, do you prefer to just be in the mud?
I don't get that.
You know
That's a great question.
Do you prefer to just stay there? Yes, they may have put me there, right? But I want relief. You know what I'm saying? We want relief. You know what I'm saying?
And if they're the ones to circle back and give you that relief,
and they're the only ones who can, because they're the only ones in power.
Yeah, how's that a bad thing?
Yeah, complaining if someone has stopped slapping you is stupid.
Maybe Regista is more so saying, or harken back to the question I was asking, when elections come around, are we going to reward them with another 4 years just because they relieved us a little for the pressure that they put on us in the first place? I don't know if that's
but then to be fair though, even though it's been the same party, right, it's been different leaders and stuff. Has anyone proposed what Kwame has proposed before?
No, this is the first time something this drastic has happened in 50 years.
Okay, so maybe then this is a new, even though it's the same Tories, but maybe now it's a different people that see things differently that could bring about the change.
That's exactly what I'm
saying.
Can you speak to that, please? Because the Conservatives are the Conservatives.
No.
You telling me that they changed the leader, their policies, their intrinsic beliefs are going to change?
Yes.
You believe that's the case?
Again, I don't care about your belief, right? I care about your policy, your actions. Boris Johnson, right? He wanted to, obviously under his tenure, increase the corporation tax to 25%. They wanted to increase national insurance. Income tax would have been remained at 20%. This is a difference in policy. This is a difference in economic thought. You see what I'm saying? The same party, but one's more far right, more free market, more Austrian, Chicago school of thought, and one's more Keynesian, more government intervention. They're two different schools of thought. Same party, yes, different schools of thought. And so they affect you different. It's wrong for us to say they're all the same. They may be the same in terms of their belief system. They may say nigger the most. You know what I'm saying? They may say it the same tone. They may harmonize it together. But the policies, don't say they're the same when they're not the same. You know what I'm saying? Because it can affect us different. That's what I'm trying to say to you. And so it's important for us to interrogate those particular policies and see how it can affect us. If it's a rubbish policy that don't affect black people, don't vote for them. That's it.
I like the fact that we have this platform so that we can report and respond air live to the things that are going to be happening
100%.
in the next 6 months, next 3 years, because things 100%. Are going to be very, very hostile very, very soon.
Yes, and again, if conservatives do certain things that mess up black people and all this other type of stuff, I'll be the first one to tell you not to vote for them or to say, to analyze what they're saying, this, that, and the third. I'm not loyal to any of these people. Understand that. I'm not advocate for the conservative views. I don't care about any of these parties. Why? Because fundamentally, they don't care about me. They don't care about you. Don't argue which white man's better than the other. Don't waste your time.
I need to get you a T-shirt with that message on the front so that people are not distracted when you start talking, so they know the message. I don't care about you, motherfuckers. Only black people.
You've done well today, Iman. What is that football term? Man of the match? That's the thing, right? Yeah. I award you that today because I think you've done.
I give it to Margs. All those bars were Margs.
First of all,
all those bars he's paying Margs' bars.
Well, guys, we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
Stay blessed, people.